Welcome, welcome. I was just plugging everything in, making sure that everything is still working. Yes.
Amazing.
Because yes, I'm running off the phone in this room, and fingers crossed that the phone charges and the computer charges, because otherwise we're in trouble. Otherwise we've got no internet, and I'm out of here, gone. So it's good to have you both. I think we are still waiting for Mladen as well. There's a couple of other people that will be joining us. But I'd love to get to know you all a little bit. Lauren, I actually already know a little bit. And Lauren's in the car by the looks of it. So we won't get you to type anything in just yet. That might be a bit dangerous. But what we might do is we can do some introductions. Then we'll get Faye maybe to start with your introduction so we can get to know you a little bit. And then we'll get Lauren to do hers and Mladen. And then by that stage, hopefully Lauren will be home and can just join online properly without like hands everywhere and steering wheels going and pictures and all of that kind of stuff.
Do you want me to go first then?
Please.
Yeah, I'm Faye. I'm actually from England, but I'm living in Sydney. I've been here 3 years. Yeah, over 3 years. And recently I've just got obsessed with reading money books. So I first read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I've just finished the second one, Rich Dad Poor Dad, the Cashflow Quadrant. And in his book, he said, join a Cashflow club. So I went on Google, I think it was 2 days ago, and found this group and joined. And I've read a couple more books. There's another book which is quite airy-fairy though at that one. But I'm reading another one at the minute called Think and Grow Rich, which Rich Dad Poor Dad also recommends. So yeah, I'm a graphic designer.
You are into them. That's quite a few you've already read, and the next one's already happening, so that's really good.
Yeah, no, I'm very into it at the minute.
That's amazing. So yes, he does talk about joining a cash flow club. So it's amazing that you have joined, and we are very happy to have you here. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy and learn a lot. So that's really amazing. So welcome, and very glad that you've been able to find us. And I've got a couple of very exciting things happening today, because usually we just play. We have an online version, which is really amazing. And I've got a couple of exercises and some education at the end today. So it's going to be really good.
Amazing. Can't wait.
Okay, perfect. And then, Lauren, I'm not sure if you can introduce yourself while you are driving, or shall we go to Mladen if he's there first, and then we can circle back to you, as the president's aide is always saying.
Okay.
So we might need to wait till Lauren gets back. So I'm not sure when Lauren gets back, but we will come back to you. Mladen is also there. Welcome, Mladen, who actually created the game.
Hello, everybody. So yeah, that's me. If you like it or don't like it, you know who are gonna praise or who are gonna throw
praise or tomatoes.
Yes. So what does I want to say? Need to say playing games with Menno for some time, for let's say 2 years, and I'm not happy with the realism of board games. So I decided to do something that's more realistic, to make step up, so we can get more closer to reality, and we go somewhere outside, then we can be more prepared. So I hope you're gonna like it. Come back.
Yes. So Mladen is the mastermind behind getting the game from just on the board to online and adding some things so it's even more realistic, which can be a little bit nerve-wracking if you've never played before, but it is a really good way to start seeing what really happens in real life, which is extremely important. So yes, I'll guide you through, so there's nothing to be worried about. Everything will be fine. And then Ethel has joined. She is my VA. So she is going to be there in the background, making sure that everything is working and checking anything. But she has a little daughter to look after, so she generally doesn't play. That's okay. And Lauren's gone from, it looked like it was light to darkness. But I would say that means that she's in the garage and at home, would be my guess.
Yes.
I'll let you go in first so that you can sit down, turn everything on, and then you can introduce yourself. So that is completely fine. I know that we still have a few more people that are going to be joining us today that have already signed up. So we'll give them a few moments as well. But what we might do while everybody's getting sorted is we will go to the website and then we can get everybody signed in so that we've got that process done. And then, yeah, we can start playing once we start giving an introduction. So let me, I'm recording, so we'll be able to do so. I'm going to pull up the website so that I can copy the website and put it into the Zoom. There we go. So I'll put that into the chat. So I'm going to go to that page and I will share my screen so that you can see where I am and what you can do to be able to play along. So let me just share my screen as well. Wow, I'm actually trying to get a little bit okay at running Zoom meetings because I didn't ever do that, but now I am. So that's really good. And Ethel actually does the recordings for me. So I need to make sure I put it into a separate window. Otherwise, she will tell me it looks horrible with all of those tabs at the top. There we go. So now you should be able to see my screen. And it's just one tab, so it looks really clean and nice and neat.
Actually, there are plenty of tabs.
But you shouldn't be able to see them. There are tabs, but you can't see them.
Actually, I see them.
You can?
Yes.
Oh, at the bottom, you mean?
No, but on the top. On the top, there are a lot of tabs. On the top.
But that's on the other.
No.
But you really? Which page are you seeing? You must be seeing a different page than me.
We are looking at Zoom chat, the secrets to keep your team aligned.
Then it has taken the wrong one. I think I know what happened. Okay, I'm going to stop share. Oh, that's embarrassing. That wasn't the right one. Okay, share screen. We'll share the correct one this time. There we go. Okay, now it should just be one tab, one page.
That is correct.
Yay. Okay, just one tab. There we go. So Ethel, if you can hear us, I have the page with just one tab, so it's all good. Otherwise, she will tell me off tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's good, Menno. Hi there, everyone.
Hi.
Hello. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too.
Yes, so Ethel is
Thank
the
you.
brains behind everything on my side. Mladen is the brains behind the IT and everything that you're going to see on the screen. And so together it creates this really amazing package that allows you to be able to play Cashflow online anywhere in the world, which is really cool. Okay, so this is the page. When you reach here, obviously I already have my user ID and password, so you would need to go down to the bottom section and fill in your details and register. But in the meantime, we don't have to do that immediately. We might get Lauren to introduce herself first. Otherwise, we will feel shy around each other if we haven't all introduced ourselves.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I have been doing an online, I don't know what to call it, but an online community thing with Menno for 4 months, and he would often come in. We do it every morning, Monday to Friday, and he would talk about things that he was doing the night before. And so I just sent him a message saying, what is it that you do and can I join in? So here I am. Yeah.
Oh, lovely to meet you.
Sorry?
What was that, Faye?
I said it's lovely to meet you.
Thank you, likewise. And my dog will probably jump up because she's very excited. She hasn't seen me all day and she will probably make her presence known.
That's the wonderful thing about dogs, is that they show unconditional love, unlike some humans. So that is nothing to be ashamed of at all.
Yes.
Okay, thanks for that introduction, Lauren. And Michael is also here. We just can't see him yet, but I know that he can hear us, and we can hear you since you have your microphone on.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back. And would you like to also introduce yourself, since we have a few new people, so that they can get to know you as well?
Yeah, sure. My name is Mikhail. I work in the IT industry. And yeah, I've actually been introduced to this group through Rinat, which hopefully will join shortly, I think.
Yes, fashionably late, Rinat, today.
Sorry?
Fashionably late today.
He should be on his way, hopefully.
Yes.
So yeah, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Yes. So, Mikhail, you've already played before. I don't think Lauren might have played before, but Faye, have you actually played before, or have you only read the Robert Kiyosaki books?
I've only read it. Is this like a similar game to what he has, is it?
It's similar to what he has. It's based off of that. And we've made a couple of small little changes to make it more realistic than the board game itself.
Oh, amazing. I've not actually got his board game, but we did buy Monopoly the other day.
That's already a good start. This one will knock your socks off.
Okay, I'm excited.
And how about you, Lauren? Have you ever played Robert Kiyosaki's Cashflow before?
Only at Life Design.
Okay. Yes, that would make sense. And that is then one time, which is still good. So you'll notice that there's a couple of differences to what we have here, since Life Design Cashflow is your vanilla version of Cashflow. So this is going to take it a little bit further to a different level. Excellent. Okay, so it doesn't matter what level you're at, it's going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be a lot of learning, and we'll do some fun things at the end. So does everybody have the website? I'm going to put it into the chat one more time, because I know that anybody that joins after you put something into the chat, that you are not able to see past things from the chat. So I'm going to put that one in one more time, and then everybody can go to the page that you can see on the screen, which is my screen. And then I'll get you all to register with your name, your last name, your email, and you can choose a user ID. And then once you've registered, I will sign in, and then you'll see what the screen should look like after that. And I was still playing a game, so I might actually restart the game so that I am equal with everybody else, rather than my already partially played game. Let me know if anybody has any issues with signing in or registering. Let me or Mladen know. If it's a major technical thing, then definitely Mladen, because I am not the IT expert in the room. Yes, Lauren. Oh, I think you're still on mute, so we can see you talking, but not hear you talking. Well, that may have been sign language saying, I am checking it out. Give me a second.
I'm in.
Okay, perfect. So the screen should look a little bit like mine. And somebody's put something into the chat. Yes. So your screen is going to be slightly different. So it will ask you to select a profession. So I'm going to hit profession. You'll see the same screen as I have now. So either you can put in your own numbers, but that's for more advanced, so I wouldn't worry about that just yet. Or you can hit random, just that button there. And for me, it's going to reset everything back to a random profession, and then you will be able to get to this screen where it is where you have a profession. How are you going there, Lauren? Mikhail, you are still familiar after last time? You should easily get in.
I'm in already.
Perfect. And Lauren, how are you going?
No, I'm not progressing at all.
Aha. What page are you on?
I can't even sign in.
Are you signing in or registering?
Registering, sorry.
Aha. So if you've got your first name, last name, email, and then you select an ID, what happens when you register?
It says choose a user ID is invalid.
Then somebody might have one that you've already used. There might be somebody with a similar name who has created a user ID that's the same. Might need to get you to use a different one. Maybe add some numbers at the end of it.
I did, and even that won't allow me to.
Then if it's something like that, then I might pass that across to Mladen to see if he can see from the back end what is going on. I will go through the rules, and then I'll let Mladen have a look at that to get you sorted out, Lauren. So we won't leave you behind, but we will quickly go through the rules, which you can still enjoy and get to know. And then we'll work on getting you in. So we also have Renat, who is just joining. He's played many times, so he should be able to get in. That should be. Welcome, Renat.
Hello, how are you?
Very good. Good to see you. There's quite a few of us. Actually, Renat, before I start going through the rules, would you like to introduce yourself for everybody, since there's quite a few people that don't know you?
Yes. My name is Renat. About my 5th year in Australia now. Live in Sydney, work in IT, doing some part-time investments. Has been playing this game for what, about like 2 months now?
I'd say so, yes.
Yeah. That's about it.
Okay, perfect. Oh my goodness me. Everything's going on top of each other. Okay, very good. So, Mladen, if you can have a look to see what might be creating some issues for Lauren, and then I will start to explain what you can see on the screen here. So we will start here on the top left, and you will have a statement. Yes, Mladen.
That is special to do that. Can you tell us what exactly you're doing, because we cannot do it one-on-one now because we're in a team. What you're experiencing? Where are you adding that ID in a login screen or in a registered screen? Hello, Lauren.
Sorry, I'm on the register screen. Now it's saying, please check email for password. Okay, it appears as though I'm making progress. I'm up to 15 different things. Okay, excellent. I have a password. I don't know.
So emails come through.
Yeah, and now I'm signing in.
My fingers are crossed.
Okay, now I've got I need to, did you say select a random?
Yes, if you hit random, that will give you a profession. And then that is all good. That sounds like it was a success.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Then we are all in. Perfect. That makes it a lot easier. Okay, so on the top left, you will see cash flow statement. So it will tell you how much income you have, how much your expenses are, and how much income you have after you've paid all of your expenses. So you can see that I am a business manager and I am not doing too badly. So it doesn't matter if yours is a little bit better or worse than mine. In the middle, you'll have the opportunity to pick cards. So you can see that right now it's my turn. We're waiting for Menno to select the card. So if I hit select card, then there's a couple of different options that will pop up. Either I will get a card up immediately, in this case, sponsor a child. Sometimes it will be the 5,000, 6,000, and 100,000 buttons will be purple. And then I need to choose whether I want a really small deal, whether I want a larger deal, or whether I want a humongous deal. And then I can either accept, buy, or sell. And once I'm finished, I can hit done. So I'm going to say accept to that one just for demonstration purposes. And I've already sponsored a child. There we go. When the button actually figures out that I want to say that it's done. So I don't have to say done yet because at the moment it is just me playing. Mladen's put his hand up, so yes.
One comment about these 3 deals. Those who play board game, this under $5,000 would be small deal. Greater or equal to $6,000 deal would be big deal. And we introduce those deals from fast track in more than $100,000.
Yes, so those are
So you can connect to cards that are in board game.
I've got the sun shining directly on me, so the screen does not really show the cards. Here we go. Small deal and big deal. So those are the 5,000 and 6,000, and then the 100,000 are on the board game. What's on the outside, which is when you've already achieved financial freedom and your expenses are lower than your passive income. Okay, so I'm currently playing by myself, so I can't hit done just yet. On the right, there are a couple of milestones that you can reach. Passive income greater than expenses, which is what Robert Kiyosaki talks about to get out of the rat race. To become an accredited investor, you want $1 million equity, excluding your own home. And there's a couple of other things that you can aim for. And we want to get this little tachometer to go up throughout the game, where we're using other people's money in order to be able to fund our lifestyle. Further at the bottom, you can see everything that you are spending money on, earning money from, and everything that you own. So throughout the game, as you buy things, you'll see things start to pop up further towards the bottom. At the moment, I don't own anything, so there's nothing extra down there. I'll explain the rest in just a moment. We'll go through all of the other tabs and what they all mean. I don't want to overwhelm you and go too quickly. We can already start to play like this. But one thing that we will do is we will all join a room together so that we can actually play together, because right now we're all playing as individuals. So Mladen has something else you'd like to share?
Yeah, I think it's more, important to show statement step to link board game with whatever we're here. Statement step.
Yes. So there's a tab next to the playboard. So this one is the one we're on right now. You have statements. And in here, you'll be able to see.
So this would be similar to what you have on paperwork when you play board game, when you need to write it down yourself.
Yes. So these are what you have
to compare and link together.
Yes. So you have your income statement, which shows your income and your expenses, with me having a child sponsored at the bottom, and the balance sheet with the assets, everything that I own, and the liabilities, everything that I owe.
That is something that needs to be filled at the beginning of the game, and they are populated automatically.
Yes. So that ties in with your occupation. In my case, the business manager, which is when I hit random, it would show exactly what my income and expenses are, as well as my assets and liabilities, so that it shows where I'm starting the game out from. So I'll go back to the playboard, and then what we can all do, because we're all playing individually right now, I'm going to hit the button room, and you'll be able to do the same thing in just a moment. Then I'm going to create a room, and we'll call it room 1. We'll keep it nice and simple. So if you hit the room button, You won't be able to see it on my screen anymore because I've already joined a room. But once you're in, you can then join the room, and then you'll start to see Mikael has already joined, Renat has joined, and when everybody has joined, then you'll see that the done button also pops up. Lauren is in. And Faye's just a little bit shy. Ah, no, there she is.
I'm in.
Okay, perfect. So I will explain a lot more as we go along, but as you can see, you'll be able to start taking cards and making choices based on those. So if you think the deal is a good deal, you can buy the deal. If you don't think it's a very good deal, you can say done and you don't have to take it. If you want to sell it to somebody else, that's also a possibility, and you can transfer funds to each other. I'll explain more of those kinds of things as we go along. But let's start taking some cards and evaluating some deals and seeing what happens to all of our numbers and what kinds of great things we can achieve. So I'm going to hit done. And that will then pass the game over to Faye. And you can tell by the fact that your name will be read at the top when it's your turn. And I'm going to close the blinds a little bit because I've got the sun shining in my face. Oh. Which is nice, but it makes it very difficult to actually see the screen. Okay, so I think you also got a child to sponsor.
Yeah.
Okay, so depending on whether you think you have enough money for it, it costs $40 per month, and then you will be sponsoring a child somewhere in a slightly less privileged part of the world. And if you think that's a good thing, you can, and you can say buy or accept. And if you don't, you can hit done and pass it on to Lauren. And there's no judgment because we have no idea what you've done.
I've passed it on.
Sorry?
I've pressed a button.
Yes. So I can tell because Lauren's name is already in red. So
okay.
You can hit select card, and if the other buttons turn purple, then you can either choose a small deal or a big deal. I'd probably avoid the really, really big ones for now. And probably since the game's only just started, probably one of the less than 5,000 would be a little bit better.
Yeah. I don't understand. I had a pop-up before about sponsoring a child, and when you were talking to Faye, you said hit on buy, so I did that, except it was grayed out, and then I realised it wasn't actually my turn, but now it's gone. So does that mean I can't tell if I haven't sponsored the child?
So buy doesn't work for sponsoring a child, so you are still safe. You haven't spent any money, so that's all good. So when it's Faye's turn, you won't be able to take her card. So she's now passed the card back on. So when you're playing in a room, you're able to see other people's cards as well, so that you can follow through what they are doing. So
when it came up, I was actually seeing Faye's card. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
And now I can see your card. I see that you received the payday. So that means that you received your cash flow amount. So your incomes come in and you've already paid your expenses. So you get your cash flow amount. And then nothing much to choose from that one. So that's just the payment and that's it. And then you can hit done and pass on to Renat. And hopefully next time you get to choose a card. But paydays are good too. I like paydays. Oh, that's a bit of an expensive one to start out with. And this blue ones, they are the opportunity to sell a property that you might have. In this case, none of us have bought anything yet, so that's not going to really apply to anybody. But at the moment, plexes are on offer for 30,000 per unit. So if you have a duplex, that means 2 properties. You can sell them for 30,000 each. If you have a 4-plex, you can sell 4 times 30,000, etc., etc. So I'll see if I can explain a little bit about each card. And when you pick a card, I might also get you to read it out to everybody so that everybody knows what's going on and what kind of card you've got. So for example, if I can get my computer to actually select a card, I got myself a payday, and there's also a car wash buyer. Now, nobody owns a car wash, but I can let you know that somebody has 250,000 cash ready to spend on my car, or on a car wash. I don't have one. That's a shame. I think I did in my last game. So everybody can sell at this price, but since none of us have it, we can't. We'd need to pay off the mortgage and give up the cash flow that we're receiving on it, but we'd make a capital gain of whatever amount of money that we get on top of how much we paid in our mortgage and our down payment. So we'd be able to make a profit on that. But since nobody has one, I'm just going to hit done and pass on to Faye. And Faye also gets
Do I
paid.
just have to payday, receive salary and other income and pay expenses? So yeah, is that just done?
So that's just done.
Done.
Paydays don't require a lot of thinking. No decisions necessary.
Oh, I'm waiting for Lauren to select a card, which I attempted to do, and now it's gone for a deal, purple button. So
yes, so now you can choose the 5,000, 6,000, or 100,000. Probably recommend the smaller one to start off with. And
yeah, stock onto you entertainment company. Box office flop by musical extravaganza in core division causes poor share price. Everyone may buy or sell at this price. Symbol ON to you. Today's price $10. No dividend yield or return on interest is 0%. Trading range $10 to $30.
Okay, so with this one, anybody can buy as many as they like. So the price is $10. It will generally trend from 10 to 30. So the trading range in real life is called the 52-week trading range. So that means in the last year, it's traded between $10 and $30, and it's gone up and down and sideways and done all sorts of crazy things in the meantime. So it's nice and cheap right now. So if anybody would like to buy some, you can. I will demonstrate by actually buying some. So if I hit buy, my computer is a bit slow in reacting. I can see how much available cash I have. I can see how many I want to buy. I could say, for example, I want to buy 100 of them. And then I can hit buy. If I don't have enough money, I can also borrow some money. And if I decide that I don't want to anymore, I can hit done. And I will talk more about what these performance indicators are and why there is a current and after purchase indicator number. But I'll explain a little bit more about that later on. But in the meantime, anybody that wants to buy is most welcome to. So I'm going to put through, actually, I'm going to buy a little bit. There we go. Okay, once you're in the screen to actually buy, even if Lauren hits done, you can still finish your transactions. So Lauren, whenever you are ready, you can hit done. And then everybody should have been able to purchase if they wanted to. Rinat hits the jackpot with getting downsized. So that means that he's going to not get any salary for his next 2 paydays, and he still has to pay his expenses. So Rinat is very lucky. And I'm rolling my eyes to signify that I'm being sarcastic. Okay, so there's more stock onto your entertainment again. Looks like the same cards come up because we've got a random generator. So sometimes you'll get the same card. So $10. So if you want to buy some more, you can. If you want to sell and get your money back and make no profit, you can. And then we can move on when everybody's ready. Okay, fingers crossed that I get something good this time around. Go for a smaller deal. Okay, preferred stock, 2 big power, high yield preferred shares of domestic electric power company. Dividend and price fixed at fair level by State Utility Commission. So the symbol is 2 big. The price is 1,200. Dividend yield is 10%. Sorry, yes, the dividend yield is 10%. The dividend is $10 per month. and the trading range is 1,200 to 1,200. So anybody that wants to buy can. Anybody that, if you had any wanted to sell, would be able to do that. I'll give it a few seconds so that everybody can do that. But does everybody know what this is in relation to what this is?
No.
Okay, then I'll quickly explain this one. So this is a company bond. So you are technically lending money to this power company, and the power company is going to use that to invest in different things. It might be to pay staff, it might be to buy new equipment, anything that's going to help them to grow their business. And then they will pay you $10 per month out of their profits in order to be able to continue borrowing from you. And then when you ask them for the money back, they will give you the money back, just the 1,200, which is why it doesn't go up or down, because instead of a share, you don't own a portion of it. You are just lending money to the company.
Sorry, I don't understand. I'm really new to trading. Never done any courses. Don't understand it. I don't know if we're even allowed to ask these questions in the game. But what's the benefit of that then?
Okay, so it is similar to, let's say that we're on the school playground, and I ask you, I say, look, I'd like to buy my school lunch, but I don't have any money. Can you lend me some money? And then first of all, you say, do I really trust you? And once you decide that you're going to trust me, then you lend me the money. And I say, I'll promise I'll pay you, you lend me $10 and I'll pay you $11 back tomorrow morning when I've had a talk to my mum about it. So you are getting an extra dollar, and we could do this a couple of times so that you can make it an extra dollar a day until I figure out how I'm going to get my money by myself. But in essence, what you're doing is you're lending money to this company, and they're also going to pay you a little bit extra for the privilege of being able to borrow that money from you. So you're making a little bit extra every single time.
Okay.
Hopefully that makes sense. And then, yes, if anybody wanted to buy some, you were most welcome to. And Mladen would like to share something as well.
Yeah, I suggest when, since you're showing what you're doing, when you make transaction, because Faye and Lorraine didn't play much board game, to show where entry ends up in a worksheet at the bottom of a playground, any statements, so they can see where information is written, so we can learn about filling the financial statements and how to read them.
Yes. So usually when you play on the board, then you have to actually fill out all of the details. So on the bottom of the page, you will be able to see that I now have ON2U stock, and that I bought $10 or 200 of them at $10. And it will also show how long I've owned them. So I've currently owned them for 0 months. And so usually
show statements, show better type statements, which is like on paperwork on a game.
Yes. So
there.
In this one here, you will see that at the bottom, I also have the stocks that I bought 200 at $10 each. And there is no liability because I actually paid for them in cash. So I actually own them outright. And so they are pure assets that I own that's come out of the cash, and it's now turned into shares. Any questions around that one? Nope. Everybody okay with that one? Perfect. Then I will go back and then I will hit done. If anybody wanted to buy those, there would have been time to buy those. Okay.
Demand bed and breakfast. Couple burned out from their corporate jobs are ready for a change. Have lots of cash. Looking for a profitable bed and breakfast. They will have 250,000 stay. Everyone with a bed and breakfast that is making money may sell at this price. Oh, have we had this one? Oh, no, we've not.
So we had a car wash, but this time it's a bed and breakfast, but they're also offering 250,000. Now, I'm not sure if Renat is still playing with his numbers from last time. So he might have one and he might be selling one right now. But otherwise, none of us have one. So you can hit done and we can move on unless anybody has any questions about that one.
House for sale, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, low down payment to pick up this 3-2 house. Owner seller unexpectedly moving out of town. Right person will do well. Use this yourself or sell to another player. May sell for 65,000 to 135,000. Cost 50 grand. Down payment 3. Loan 47,000 at 3% interest for 25 years. Loan to value ratio 94%. Monthly income 320. Monthly expenses 222.88. Monthly cash flow $97.12. Return on investment 38.85.
Okay, so you'll notice that there's a little bit more information with this one compared to the normal cards. So the normal card will tell you how much the cost is, how much the down payment is. It will also tell you how much the cash flow is, as well as what the loan amount is. But we've actually broken it up so that you have a certain income and expenses so that we can actually do some extra calculations with it. But all you need to really have a look at is whether you are happy with the cash flow, whether you're happy with the return on investment, and whether you have the down payment to be able to pay for it. So in this case, 3,000. You can actually lower your down payment if you want to. So we've created a minimum down payment so that if you can't afford the down payment, you can actually reduce the number. I can't demonstrate that right now, but when it's my turn and I get a property, I will show you how to do that. But it's now up to you whether you would like to purchase this property. And my other mastermind group is going... is all online. They're all starting to wake up over in Spain, my language mastermind group. And we also have a new player who was signing in, Menno. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Sorry I'm late.
That's okay. It is a lovely having you. And
thank you.
I will see if I can figure out how to show you how to sign in at the same time as still being in the game. I will share the link in the website or in the, oops, and I hit that and send that to Mladen. I will send that to the group as opposed to only to Mladen. There we go. So if you go to that website and then fill in your details on the bottom half and hit register, then you'll be able to see this page that we're on right now, and we'll give you a hand if you have any issues. So feel free to do that and let us know if you have any troubles.
I appear to be having a trouble buying it, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I've hit buy.
Yes.
And then I go to a different screen, and that it, okay, now.
And then you should have the buy button that's come up, and then you hit the buy button, the other screen will come up, and then you can choose to pay for the down payment. And then it should be able to come back to this page. And then at the bottom of the page, you should...
Is it done?
It's done, yes. And then at the bottom of your screen, where you see where I've got my stock here, you should be able to see that you have a house in there. Then it's been successful if you have a house down there that you own.
Oh my God, I bought it several times over.
Oh. Hopefully you had enough money.
Oh.
How many did you buy?
A couple.
A couple? If you thought it was a good deal, then that's a good thing.
Well, I don't know. Oh, shit. It wasn't my intention to buy multiple.
That's okay. So it's only a game. It's not real life. So if we do something which is not exactly how we want it to be, it can be a bit of a hassle in real life. But here it is just a learning experience, and it is completely fine. So it might be a good thing. It might not. But everything is not really an issue. It's just a learning.
Yeah.
I'll just whisper and tell you that I wouldn't mind owning a couple.
You would buy a couple?
I'd buy a couple. I wouldn't mind having a couple. Okay. Hopefully that makes you feel a bit better.
Okay, so I've got a Payday Plus house for sale, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. I'm not going to buy this, but if anyone is interested, I can sell the card.
Oh, let me see how much cash I have. 3, 2, 7. I'd be interested. What would you like for it?
Make me an offer.
Oh, I don't have that much cash. How about, even though everybody can see exactly how much, this is much easier when I'm not sharing my screen. In real life, you can hide your numbers. This reduces my bargaining power a little bit. Okay. I am happy to give you 200 for the card, and then I still have to pay the 9,000, which I don't have. So are you happy to accept 200 for the card?
That's fine.
Okay, perfect. So I'll just show everybody then. If I go to bank, you can deposit, withdraw, transfer, borrow, repay, and pay another player. So obviously I have a couple of different accounts. I've got a checking account, savings account, and an investment account. You may not have those yet. You'd need to change your settings to be able to get those if you want to have a jar system and transfer money to different accounts. You can borrow money from here as well, not only when you are doing that. You can repay loans in this section here. And what I'm going to show you right now is pay player. So I'm going to select Mikael. I am going to pay him the 200 that I promised him. And he can see that I am doing it, so I can't be dodgy. And then I will put the payment through. And then Mladen would also like to share something around that process.
And I've sent it away to you.
Yes, I can now sell the card because it's mine, and I can also hit the buy button. And Mladen, you'd like to share something?
Yes, this is simulation, and of course it's a learning curve. And if you do the simulation, you find out whatever you simulate, whatever you're doing, it's not working. There's no point to continue with the simulation. So in that case, you can do at any time, you can select again new profession and you start over again. If you already find out that it's not working, that was the point to continue with it, right? So anytime when you don't like it, you can go to profession and select new one and restart from the beginning. And we need to get Marnell, if I say correct, to get into room if she want to continue to play with us in a team, which is now solo player.
Don't be shy. If you'd like to say something, feel free. And yes, I was going to check at some stage how you were going. But yes, let us know how you're going, and then we can add you to the room as well once you've been able to register.
I added myself to the room. I should be there.
Okay.
Already?
I added myself to the room. Yeah.
If any one of you has a question, that's why we're here, and you're free to ask any type of question, any number of them. We are learning here, so don't be afraid to ask.
Yes. So it is a really good way to be able to figure things out by asking questions. And I like taking the time to be able to answer questions. We can also break into a beginners group and a slightly more advanced group if we need to. So there's different options for us in that regard. And what else was I going to share? Yes, so I agree with Mladen. You can hit the, you can go to profession at any time and hit random and restart the game if you want to. I would also recommend, if you think that it's something that you might be able to also correct, then that's also something that you can do. So if you say in real life, if I've done something that I wouldn't necessarily do, but I can't get out of it in real life, then you can also keep playing and see whether there's a way to be able to correct things. Because Robert Kiyosaki also once bought a property that wasn't a very good purchase, and his rich dad told him that he needed to stick with it and find a way to actually get it to make money when it was not making money. So there's two different options. If you think I've made a mistake and I wasn't planning to buy 3 properties, 4 properties, 5 properties, you can still hit random since we've only just started, and then you can refresh and look for another property and just buy one if you want to. So there's a couple of different options. Okay, so I'm going to now buy this one. And I will show you, since I promised that I would show you how to, if I can get the button to actually work. If I take this down payment number, if I type in 0 and hit update, it will give me the minimum payment that I need to make. Now, I do not have a sufficient cash, so I'm going to have to do some borrowing. So I'm going to borrow the remainder, but I am happy that I think it's a good deal. And I think I'm borrowing sufficient. Let's double check. And I have to borrow in thousands. I'm not used to doing that. Now I should definitely have enough. So I'll go back and put 0 in here. Update, and it will not, I haven't borrowed enough. Okay, we'll borrow an extra 1,000. Oh. Okay, this time 0, update, and then I can buy this property. And then done. For some reason my mouse is not reacting very quickly to the screen. There we go.
Oh, I'm logged out.
Or actually, I bought it from somebody else, and so now it's actually my turn. Sorry, what was somebody said something that I was not able to follow?
Oh, me, I don't know how, but I've logged myself out. I'm joining back in.
Yes, feel free to join back in. If you haven't done anything for a certain amount of time, the system will automatically log you out so that the system doesn't have to wait for somebody who's left the room, for example.
Okay.
Always log back in, so that is completely fine. So I just bought a 3-2 house, and this one is selling for 110,000. But I actually have a bit of cash, so I might sell it, even though I'm going to be paying a little bit of capital gains tax on that. So if I hit sell, it will look like this. I select the asset that I want to sell. If I don't own the particular thing that's actually being sold, nothing will show up. So I can hit sell, and then I can hit done once that sale's gone through. So you can see I don't own a 3-2 house anymore. And then I'll say done, and it passes over to Lauren, who hopefully feels completely good about everything again now that we've given you some ways to solve the housing crisis at your place.
Payday plus house buyer, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. You're offered 100,000 for a 3-2 rental condo. Buyer has own financing. Everyone may sell at this price. If you sell, pay off the related mortgage and give up the cash flow you currently receive on this property.
Okay, so I'm not sure. I think you did buy a 3-2 house, yes?
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
You got 2 of them? Okay, so do you understand the concept of capital gains tax?
No, I'm starting to
I
feel
don't.
really dumb.
No.
No, Lauren, I don't know either. I don't know what it is.
Fine, so that is okay. So capital gains tax is, let's say, for example, that you bought this one for 50,000 and now you sell it for 100,000. That means you make a capital gain or a profit of 50,000. So if you own the property for more than 12 months, it will charge you tax over the full 50,000 profit that you've made. If you keep the property for more than 12 months, and you can keep track of how long you've had the property, then if you've had it for more than 12 months, it will only charge you capital gains tax over 50% of the capital gain that you made. So instead of the 50,000 profit that you made being taxed, it will only tax 25,000 worth of profit. that make sense?
Would you mind repeating that, please?
No, that's
Yeah.
completely okay. So if I bought the property for 50,000 and I sell it for 100,000, I make a profit of 50,000. And if I own the property for less than 12 months, so for less than 1 year, the government will charge me tax for $50,000 worth of profit. If I own it for more than 12 months, the government won't charge me 50,000 worth of profit tax-wise. It will charge me only for 50% of that, so only half of that profit will be taxed. So I will only be taxed over $25,000. So I can save a little bit of tax if I own the property for longer. So it's up to you. You can sell the property before the 12 months is over. It just means that you pay a little bit more tax. If you wait, you can sell it later on, and you save a little bit of tax that way. So it's up to you whether you'd like to sell it right now or if you'd like to wait until you've had the property for more than 12 months.
Right. Well, I've had it for 0 months, both of them for 0 months. It's just that because I accidentally bought more than one property, I don't have a lot of cash left. But I don't.
So sell it so you can get cash back.
If you
So
can
one
sell,
of them.
I don't know how much profit you're gonna make at all.
So a very
I've not-
easy way of looking at it, Lauren, and the most fun way of looking at it, because I can see you're looking a little bit stressed. The most fun way of looking at it, saying, yes, it looks like it's real life, but it's just a game. So I can sell one and see what happens. And it might be good, it might be bad, but I'll learn something from it. And I'm just having fun. It's just like playing a game of Monopoly. And if it doesn't exactly go the way that I want to, then I can learn something from it. And we can have a chat about it during the debrief later on. And if it turns out that it's really good, you go, oh, look how smart I was. You don't have to tell anybody that you didn't understand it. You just say, oh, look how smart I was.
Right. Okay.
Imagine how would you feel if this would happen in reality, in real life.
I would have been shitting myself that I bought 2 homes at the one time.
That's why you do this. That's why you do this to prepare yourself. So this will help you.
Yes, but now it's only a game, so you can do different things and see what happens.
One more comment related to capital gain tax. Capital gain tax, what Menno explained, is a rule in Australia. It doesn't mean it's the same thing in UK or United States. The point is to learn that there is tax in some countries on capital gain. And for the purpose of simulation, we introduced this under 12 months having investment. It's taxed full amount of profit. Otherwise, if it's longer than 12 months, then it's only 50% taxed. So you can be trained and you think, yes, if I have a property or any investment, if I sell it, the profit is not all mine. It can be taxed. And there are different rules for houses or gold or what else I want to say?
So for
businesses,
shares, for houses, for different kinds of investment vehicles.
Yeah. So depending on situation, what is your investment? The proper way would go to accountant to explain exactly how much you can get. Discount.
Yeah.
And more text will be later on.
Yeah.
But feel free to ask questions now.
Sorry?
Feel free to ask questions now if you have someone.
If that OPM sort of dashboard odometer sort of thing, is that likely to go up or down? Because currently I'm going towards the green. Is that going to be better or worse if I sell the property?
So
And does that actually mean anything?
It'll be worse because you would lose passive
An
income.
asset.
Passive income, you lose passive income. This OPM is other people's money, and it's a ratio passive income related to expenses. So if you sell it, you lose your passive income.
Okay, and isn't it better that I go towards the green? Isn't that the aim of the game?
Yes, that's the aim. Yeah.
Okay, so I won't do anything. I'll keep it.
But now you're building strategy how to get there. What if you have for example, low cash flow and you get to no cash in your account and you need to sell it? So that's why I need to massage that. Are you going to sell it or are you going to keep it? But obviously, it is really good to keep it, so you keep your money going, so you keep it to accumulate your passive income. So eventually you're going to get out of red race.
Yeah. Okay.
If you don't need to sell, keep it for sure. If not, depending on situation.
So right now you're just learning to navigate the game. And once you start to understand the principles of the game, it will allow you to be able, I think I'm going to have to turn my telegraph off.
At the moment you are positive, so everything is good, so it will be good to keep it.
Yeah.
So right now you're just learning the principles of the game, and later on you can make strategic decisions. Once I turn that off, what's going on? So now I'll see if I can completely dismantle Telegram on my computer, because the group has woken up and they're all starting to type in the group. So right now you are learning the principles of the game, and then later on what you'll be able to do is start to make strategic decisions. So I wouldn't worry about the strategic decisions. I would just focus today on how does everything work? Which buttons do what? What happens when I sell a property? What happens when I hold on to a property? What happens when I do this? What happens when I do that? And then later on, once you understand how the game works, then you can start saying, oh, last time I did this, maybe I should do something slightly different. And then I can start seeing what will happen with the OPM. Because right now you probably don't know enough about how the game functions to really make strategic decisions around the OPM. I would just have fun, sit back, relax, buy some things, not buy some things, see what happens. And if you think it was a good decision, then you go, oh, look how good that was. And if it wasn't, you can say, okay, what can I learn from that? Well, how would I do that differently? Maybe next game I'll see if I can do it slightly differently and see what happens then.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, you're welcome. And Menno, I think you are not in the room just yet. I think you were, and I think you might have dropped out of the room. Otherwise, you won't be able to get your turn. Oh, I just got kicked out myself.
I just rejoined the room. I got looked out before.
Just like me, so it was perfect. So, luckily the room still exists, and I will come and join you all again. Okay, and then it is your turn, Mel.
Okay, so on my screen, there's two buttons, select a card or done. Should I just press select card?
So you've already hit select a card. So now the other buttons are purple, so you can choose a small deal, $5,000 or less, or a big deal, $6,000 or more, or $100,000. Based on the fact that you've just started, I would probably say less than 5,000, because I doubt you would have any big money to play around with just yet.
Okay. It gave me a good salary when I did the random.
Oh, very good. That's
Lucky.
nice. I would stick probably for the first couple of cards to the smaller deals, and then later on, once you start to get the hang of it, you can also hit a bigger deal card if you want to.
Okay, cool. So it says, booming market raises share price of this long-time maker of medicines. Everyone may buy or sell at this price. Symbol, okay for you. Today's price, $50. No dividend. Trading range between $5 and $40.
Okay, so it's even higher than the usual high. So if you
Time to sell.
is a good thing to do, then you can buy some. Some of you might want to sell, only I don't think any of us own any because we bought onto you but not okay for you. So if you want to buy some, you can, if you think it's a good deal. But generally speaking, high prices are probably more for selling. I wish I was selling, but I don't own any. So when you are done, you can hit done, Marinelle.
Okay.
That's
So,
how we pronounce your name, by the way, as well.
yeah, it's Menno. That's correct, yes. So I don't understand anything about stocks. So the trading range is usually between $5 and $40, correct?
Yes, correct.
And today it's selling for $50,
Correct.
which is higher than the trading range. I do not want to purchase this.
That sounds about right to me. So if you go to the supermarket and you want to buy chocolate and it's on special, you buy lots of it. When it's the normal price, you probably buy less, right? So that's something that you can use to remember how the stock market works.
Okay.
They are not on special. Okay, and then Faye got herself a payday.
You're on mute.
Yes, I'm not sure if she is speaking, because I can only see so many of you on the screen since I'm looking at the other screen as well. And I got myself downsized, so I don't have any passive income at the moment, which is zero. So you'll notice my cash flow has gone to negative 2,071. So when you're playing the board game, what will happen is that you lose 2 turns and you just don't earn anything at all. In the meantime, you have to pay your expenses twice. But in this case, you would be able to keep your passive income, but I don't have any, so that doesn't help me. And I still have to keep paying my expenses, and I miss out on paychecks for 2 turns. So it's a little bit more realistic in that sense. So I'll hit done, and I'll see if I survive the next 2 turns. See how I go.
Oh no. Water everywhere and the 8-plex broken sewer line needs repair immediately. If you own an 8-plex, pay $2,000 for a new line. If you own more than one 8-plex, pay repairs only on only one. Luckily, I don't own any of these, so
And that
I
is
can.
very nice. Saved by the bell.
All right.
Okay, over to you, Lauren. I'm just going to turn the light on in the room here because you can see that my face is bright, but that's the computer screen shining on my face as the sun slowly disappears.
Payday plus rare gold coin.
Oh,
You spot an unusual 1500s Royal Spanish New World, Havana mint only. Pieces of 8 gold in good condition and a swap meet. One only, seller asks $1,000. Use this yourself or sell to another player. 0% return on investment. Cost $1,000, down pay $1,000, liability 0, cash flow 0.
Okay, so up to you whether you think that you'd like to buy some gold or whether you think it will be worth a little bit more later on. And whether you have cash for it. You want to spend some more money.
Well, I've been buying houses and stocks, and why not gold? Except it's got a... I would have thought that normally buying a rare gold coin would normally be a good thing, except it's sort of saying that I've got a 0% return on interest. But so I'm not understanding. I'm really sorry for those people that are savvy.
It's not generating.
That's completely okay.
Generating cash flow.
Sorry, what was that, Renata?
Sorry,
The coin is not going to generate any cash flow, so you're just buying it in hopes that you're going to be able to sell it later at a better price. So it's not generating cash flow, so there's no return on investment as is. I mean, you might sell it in the future at some point, but it's not going to be generating anything.
So the return on investment only relates to whether it will continue to bring you money in the short term. What you're looking for here is that it will appreciate in value in the long term. And so it doesn't have a return on investment right now because you don't know what it will return you later on. You don't know what it will be worth later. It might be worth less or it might be worth more. And the price will change throughout the game because there'll be different cards that have a different price for gold. So
Gotcha.
it might have a return on investment in a certain sense, but it doesn't have a current return on investment from a cash flow point of view. So it won't return you something on a regular basis.
Yep, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
That's right. All right. We want you to get it so that you have a lot of fun.
So far, I'm finding it quite stressful. But anyway, for those people that are used to playing, what would you normally do?
I would skip it.
Skip it?
I would buy for myself.
Like if you're short on cash, you might be focusing on more cash generating things. Whereas this one is more like as a, I mean,
A long term.
Would you do it in your normal life? I mean, for example, you only have 5K cash and you're going to spend 1,000 on a gold coin without even knowing if you're going to be able to sell it later on.
Very good point. Thank you.
So different people would do different things, and depending on where you are in the game and how much cash you have, if you have a lot of cash, you might say, well, I'll buy it because I don't need to generate a lot of extra cash flowing things. But if you're at the beginning of the game and you don't have a lot of cash and you're not sure whether it's going to appreciate, but you really need some more cash coming in on a regular basis, then you might want to focus on something different that will bring you cash in the shorter term. Because once you spend that $1,000 is gone. You're not going to be able to use it for another deal that might come past.
Yeah. So I'm going to pass, but I can't seem to do anything. Should I only be hitting done or should I be hitting sell card?
So you should be able to hit done. And if somebody else wanted to buy it off you, they would be able to do that by sending you some money. But in this case, it's completely fine to just hit done. And then hopefully you get something that you would like to buy next time.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you, everybody.
Unlike me, you've still got money coming in. I'm actually paying money every month. You've still got money coming in, so you can accumulate a bit of money and hopefully buy something good later on.
Yes, but you've got more money to begin with in multiple accounts.
I do.
Yeah.
Renat has a new investor in line.
Sorry?
Renat has a new investor.
Yes.
Playing the game with us.
Awesome.
What's happened? What have I missed?
Not just on looking at his
On the
video.
screen.
You're not on my screen. A lot of other people are, but you are not.
Renat decided to join forces with Advisor.
Yes.
Anyone wants to buy
You $10 still.
$10, yes.
Anyone interested? This is
Still same price.
time to buy or sell.
I'm okay for now.
Lower than you price.
Little baby.
Yes, he's very cute.
Oh.
So if people are done, I can press done.
It's because of Renat's baby that I show up every week. Okay. And then we can pass on to Menno.
Okay. I'm gonna go a little bit. I'm gonna go a little bit bigger this time.
You are most welcome to.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
But 6,000 and above, and it can go quite a bit above. But that's okay.
Okay.
You can have a look at the card and decide what you'd like to do with it.
Alright. An 8plex. Owner's legal troubles lead to forced sale of this 8plex. No qualifying for this loan as mortgage holder is cooperating, uses to sell or sell to another player, may sell for 200,000 to 280,000. It costs 200,000. and the down payment is 40,000. Loan is $160,000 at 3% for 25 years. I don't know what LVR is, 80%. Monthly income, 2,355. Monthly expenses, 758. Monthly cash flow, yeah, okay. So return on investment, 47.89. I think that this is something that could be a stable purchase for the long run. I don't know the location of this thing, but I'm going to just say to buy it. How do I know if I have enough money?
So, do you have $40,000? So if you go to the bottom of your screen, you should be able to see here in this section that you can see on my screen here that I'm just highlighting. You can see your accounts. So you probably only have a checking account. I have 3 accounts. I have to manually count them up in my head. That will tell you how much cash you have, and then you can determine based on that. You might be able to lower the down payment. It would be 5% of the total cost. So that might still be, let's have a look, that'll still be $10,000. So I'm not sure if that's still out of your league. Sometimes when you go very big, you bite off a little bit more than you can chew. It's up to you if you'd like to still go ahead, or if you'd like to move on, or see if anybody else wants to buy it.
What does LVR mean?
Okay, LVR is the loan to value ratio, which means that you are loaning 80% of the deal. So the down payment's 20%, which means the LVR is then 80%.
Okay, thank you.
Just so you have an idea of how much you're actually borrowing of the total cost.
Okay. Right, I should have figured out how much money I had before I decided on a deal. Right, so I can either sell this car to somebody else, or I can just go done.
Yes, you can do either of those.
Okay, I think someone else might want this, so I'm going to sell it to. Does anybody else want an 8plex
No, thank
as
you.
a card?
I'm downsized, so I am probably out for now.
Okay, so I might just go done.
Okay. Oh,
no.
hey, no. It is down. Okay, see if I can get a good card then. Let's see what I can come up with. Condo buyout. Does anybody have a condo? If you hit sell, you'll know, and if you have a look at the bottom of the screen, you'll be able to know as well. So you're offered 55 for a 2-1 rental condo. Buyer has their own financing. Everybody may sell at this price. So if you'd like to sell, you have to pay off the mortgage, obviously, and you lose the cash flow, but you get some cash coming in. So if you'd like to do that, feel free. I'm going to hit done because I don't have one, and I don't think anybody's bought one up until this point, unless Renat still has one from his last game, if he's still playing his last game. And then over to you, Mikael.
I'm a truck driver now, so I reset as well.
Ah, very nice.
All right, duplex for sale.
It's fun to reset every once in a while. Oh, duplex.
I think I will go ahead and buy this. Let's see.
Yes, I didn't think me throwing money at you would help with this one. I think you would like to get that one yourself.
Yeah.
So this one already has tenants, so that's nice. Oh, and I like the sound of that. The owner has income tax problems. They need to sell quickly. So they're probably happy to sell at a slight bargain.
All right.
Okay. Lauren, over to you. Relax and just have fun. It's just a game.
Okay. House for sale, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. An older area offered by a highway department. Market has crashed. No bids at last week's auction. Use this yourself or sell to another player. May sell for 65 to 135. Cost 50. Down payment 2.5. Loan 47,500 at 3% interest for 25 years. Loan to value ratio 95%. Monthly income 125, monthly expenses 225, monthly cash flow minus $100.25, return on investment minus 48.12. I'll sell the card if anybody wants to buy it.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
I'm okay. Thank you. I think you're selling ice to Eskimos with this one.
I thought so too, but
It's also worth asking. Absolutely.
I've hit done. And now it's Renat's turn.
Yes. Over to our truck driver. It's always fun to figure out what everybody's profession is so that you know who you can call on for help. So the doctor can be very good if we're feeling unwell. There are nurses. There's lots of interesting professions. I'm a business manager, so if anybody needs their business managed, just let me know. Oh.
How do you know that Renat's a truck driver?
He told us.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason we know. Okay, so everybody can buy some of these if you want to. So MYT for you trades from 5 to 30, and today's price is 5. So if you'd like to buy some, feel free.
Yes, I just bought some and waiting if other people want to buy. So let me know.
I'm good.
All good?
I am done.
Okay.
Oh, 3-2 house buyer.
You're offered $100,000 for a 3-2 rental condo. Buyer has earned financing. Everyone may sell at this price. If you sell, I don't have this. If you sell, pay off the related mortgage and give the cash flow you currently receive on this property. But I don't own this property.
That's okay. So when you don't have it, it will probably relate to other people. Everybody can always sell when there is a card for selling. So unfortunately, it would be nice if you had one, and then you could also sell. But we can check to see if anybody wants to sell. If nobody does, then you can hit done, and hopefully you get something that you can actually do something with next turn.
Okay.
All right.
Does anybody want this? Want to sell?
I don't
No.
I don't have one anymore. I already sold mine. So thank you, but no thank you from me. So you can probably hit done. I don't think anybody's...
Okay.
I don't think anybody has one. So that makes it very simple. And we're over to Faye.
Payday plus stock, okay for you, drug cow. Interest rates cripple, share price of this long-time maker of medicines. Symbol, okay for you. Today's price $5, no dividend, trade-in range 5 to 40. Is that the one that we just had?
No, it's a slightly different one. So we had onto you and MYT for you. So now we have okay for you. They all have very similar names. So you just need to check at the bottom of your screen to see which ones you do have. And if you do have them, you can still buy more if you want to. If you have some more cash and you think, I would like more of those.
Okay, does anyone else want to buy any, or should I press done?
I've already bought some. And
Got some.
yes, Lauren.
I want to buy some, but I can't find where.
So your buy button should be working. So you should be able to hit buy.
Can't even. Oh, sorry. I thought I was on your screen. I was attempting to buy on yours.
Yes, so everybody can see how much money I have, how much I buy of everything. I wouldn't recommend always doing what I do, but you can use me as a bit of an example. But yes, when you are doing your own things, please hit your screen and not my screen, because my screen will not do anything.
Yes. Yeah, I'm done now. I'm all good. Sorry.
Okay, perfect.
I press done.
This is why I always have so much fun playing, because there are all these crazy things that happen that are just fun. Okay, maybe we can find some more shares. Let's see if we can sell some shares. No, I have a house for sale. I got the same one, the minus 48.12% return on investment. Let me see, how much cash do I have? I might actually buy it because I still have some cash. Oops, that was. So I'll say, okay, buy it.
Why would you buy it if it says minus return of investment?
Because I might be able to sell it for 135,000 later, and it only cost me 50,000. So I'll let you do the calculation of how much profit that is. See, my cash flow is positive again, so I actually have money coming in again. If I don't get downsized, I can very easily pay for the minus 100, but I can make close to 80,000 worth in potential profit. So I'm happy to offset 100 for a while in order to be able to make my 80,000. And depending on when I sell it, if I pick it up quite quickly, then I'll probably sell it relatively early. I'm happy to pay a little bit more tax to stop my negative cash flow, but I make a nice positive capital gain on a property that nobody else really wants. So as I said, it depends on the strategy that you start playing when you've been playing for a while. And there is no right or wrong answer for anything. And then we're over to Michael.
Oh no, next two paycheck not included.
Michael has peed off his boss for some reason.
Oh well.
You seem like such a nice guy to me. I don't know what you've done at work.
Doesn't like me.
Obviously.
Too bad.
I like the attitude.
Payday plus small business improves. The small business you founded won an industry award for its product innovation. Great publicity causes your sales to double. Woohoo! This requires more time from you, but monthly net income goes up $250. Everyone who owns a business they started is affected, increases their cash flows by $250 per month on all such businesses.
Okay, so if anybody bought a business which is a startup business, it will automatically add that $250 in for you. If you didn't start a small business, then there is no $250, but then we say thank you to Lauren.
Because none of us have got small businesses, do we?
Don't think we do. I definitely don't today. If I find them, I usually do buy them, but I don't think they've come up yet so far. So unfortunately, not this time around. But better luck next time.
Cheers.
Okay, so this one is similar to the electric company that we had before. So this is a certificate of deposit. It works in the same way. So we're lending money to the bank, and the bank will pay us $20 interest per month. And then once we say to the bank we want our money back, they've already paid us the interest. So they will pay us back the $4,000 that we paid them to start off with. And then we've made whatever amount of interest we've made over the time that we've been lending that money to the bank. So if we've given them the $4,000 for a year, then we would have received the $20 multiplied by 12 months for that year. And then we get our $4,000 back plus the $240 extra. Oh, we already would have received that one.
Anyone buying?
No.
If anybody wants to have that one, they can. Anybody may buy. And if not, then we will move on. Back to Menno and see if she now chooses a slightly smaller deal or if she goes for a big one again. Okay.
I must have new sunglasses.
So
I do have a shopping addiction, so
Okay.
I'm going to buy them.
So these purple ones are called doodads, and officially in the game you're supposed to buy them. However, in this version of the game you don't have to if you don't want to, but my advice is if you would do it in real life, I would advise you to do it. If it's something that you're going to change in real life, then you don't have to buy it. And if it's something that you just wouldn't buy in real life ever, then you don't have to. So it's up to you whether you think that according to the honesty policy you would buy or not.
According to being honest, I would definitely buy a new pair of sunglasses. So
I would say hit buy and pay for it, and yes. Okay, over to you, Faye.
Stop.
Oh, this is a really good time to buy.
Trade war panic leads to record low share price for this home electronics seller. Everyone may buy or sell at this price. Today's price 1, but trading price is 5 to 30.
So if we take our chocolate analogy, this is like the chocolate bar that's usually $5 for a small chocolate bar is only $1 today. So I'm going to say let's stock up on some chocolate. That's what I'm going to say.
Who doesn't like some chocolate?
Has everyone bought some? Do you want me to press done?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good.
I am done.
Okay.
Oh, and then it's my turn. I'm sleeping on the job here. Oh, ho, ho. I like babies. I've been admiring Renat the whole evening, and now I've decided I'm going to have my own.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, and if I can hit done, that would be good.
I can lend you some of my kits for a day if you want.
I was thinking about it before, but now I have my own, so.
So there's a
I'll organize a play date later on.
fully rented, repairs kept up. Okay, so property for sale today's cost 100,000, may sell for 100 to 140,000. 80% LVR, ROI is at 47.74. It seems like let's see. Anyone interested? I could tell this.
I would be interested if I had money, but I don't have any money.
You can borrow money.
You can borrow, yes.
I just had a look. The minimum down payment they accept 5,000, so you can loan the rest. If anyone is interested, going.
I've just gone on a bit of a buying spree, so I need to tone it down until I can sell something.
I might buy it if no one's buying it.
Oh,
I can sell it to you.
this is exciting.
Oh, wait, hang on. I think I've not got enough. No, I've not.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then I'm done. That's gone.
It is gone. There are more opportunities. Opportunities are like buses. There's always another one coming. Okay, over to you, Lauren.
Wow.
If we don't have this one.
This is selling at a great price, but don't have it.
Lauren, you're on mute.
Yes, we're not sure if you are talking to yourself or if you are talking to us and not sure that you are on mute.
Sorry, thank you. I thought I'd, so only I can buy as many units as I want at this price. Everyone may sell today's price is $50. The trading range is 10 to 40. So therefore I wouldn't buy, and I haven't got it to sell.
If you don't have it to sell, then there's not much we can do with it.
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait for the next good deal to cover on.
Oh, that's a big charity.
So charity as well, it's your choice if you want to do charity or not. So it's 10% of your total income. If you feel that it's going to be beneficial to give some money to charity, then you are most welcome to do that. If you don't think that that's a good idea, then you don't have to. So that one is...
Will that help with tax at the end?
Sorry?
Will that help with like tax purposes if you've got a business and you give to charity?
Yes. So generally speaking, in real life, taxes will help you. Sorry, charity will help you with your taxes, and there are other things that will help you with your taxes as well. So absolutely. In this case, let me double check, because I think that your charity might need to check with Mladen on that one. But in the game, we don't have that many deductions just yet. But there are a couple of deductions. But in real life, charity will absolutely help you to make deductions on your taxes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So generally speaking, I have a lot of friends that will say that when you are playing cash flow, you should always give to charity, because it will bring you good luck and people will see that you are paying charity and they will be more willing to do deals with you. There are different ways of looking at it. There is no compulsory contributions in this sense. It's completely up to you, and there are different ways of looking at it. Different people have different opinions on
it. Is a high loan to value ratio a good thing? Is my question, or is it a bad thing?
So it's not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. It just means that if the loan to value ratio is high, it means that you are borrowing less. When you are borrowing less, it means that you are going to have a slightly lower cash flow. But it's completely up to you whether you think that it depends more. So I prefer to have a look at the return on investment and have a look at what my return on investment is. Loan to value ratio is more a question of how dangerously you're playing. If you are putting less money into the deal, it means that the bank sees you as a bit more of a danger. It also means that if interest rates go up, if something goes wrong, you're a little bit more exposed than if you have a higher deposit amount.
Oh, right. If you were purchasing a first property, would you buy something that needs a little bit of a fixer-upper like this?
So again, there's no real right or wrong answer. So if you feel that you are going to be able to turn a fixer-upper into something good and you can make more profit from it, then absolutely that's probably a good thing for you to do. If you don't think that you're going to be able to be successful with a fixer-upper because you are probably not in the mood to do the work, or you're not really in the mood to get somebody else to do the work for you, and you think that you might not be as successful with it, then you might say, I'm going to look for something that will automatically have a little bit of extra profitability because the area is growing in value. So there's no real right or wrong answer in that sense. But generally speaking, if something needs a bit of fixing up, and if you know how to do it, then there is the opportunity to already make a bit of capital gain from the get-go rather than having to wait for it.
Okay. Does anybody want this card? I can sell it to you.
No, thank you.
I'm okay now, but thank you.
Yeah, me neither. It's in a bad area.
Payday and car wash buyer. Red hot buyer looking for a car wash bargain. Has 250,000 cash ready to spend. That's his limit. Everyone may sell at this price. If you sell, pay off the related mortgage and give up the cash flow you currently receive on this property. Oh, so nobody's got one.
So I don't think anybody has a car wash unless somebody's bought one, but it hasn't really come past and everybody started again. So I don't think anybody's going to have one of those, so you can hit done. Otherwise, I'm sure somebody would say, no, wait.
Okay.
If they're really desperate to sell it. And I get myself a payday of $255. I would prefer a nice green card that I can buy something, but I'll take what I can get.
What is this? Buy a table for 10 friends to dine with the president at a gala. Gala ball for
Somebody's gone very big.
balls.
$100,000 to eat with the president. Somebody
Yeah, no,
greater than 100,000 card.
I don't have that sort of money. I was hoping an investment will pop up.
Better luck next time. Okay, over to you, Lauren. Ooh, if anybody bought a
Payday plus Plex buyer. Buyer offers 40,000 per unit for all units in any combination of duplexes, 4 plexes or 8 plexes. Has own financing. Everyone may sell at this price. If you sell, pay off the related mortgage and give up the cash flow you currently receive on this property.
Yes, so did anybody buy a Plex since last time? I don't have one. There was an 8-plex that was floating around, but I can't remember if anybody bought that one.
I'm not sure either. It was an 8 and a 4. No, I'll just hit done. Yep. Hello. Okay, done.
And Mladen, did you want to share something?
Yes, there was a question about property. Should you buy it if you need to fix something up, right? Now, I like to leave it to the professional who is really doing it well. That would be Richard Advisor, Ken McEnroy, and I just gave you a link to the book, very good book, in chat.
Thank you.
I was wondering what that was. Thank you.
So yes, that's a very good book. That was, well, there's not a lot of Robert Kiyosaki books that I haven't read. That's one of the good ones, especially when it comes to real estate investing. So I would also highly recommend it.
As Robert Kiyosaki started with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Ken started with this book. There are several books in a series. This is the first one. It will help you to understand the very beginning.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
don't think anyone has software companies.
No, I haven't seen any software company come past yet, so I think we'll have to move on with that one.
Payday plus stock onto you Entertainment Co. Recent merger strengthened market share of this merger. Leading company with good outlook. Everyone may buy or sell at this price. Today's price is $20, no dividend, and the trading range is between $10 to $30.
Okay, so I know that a couple of us have this one. So if you'd like to sell for 20, or if you'd like to wait till it goes a little bit higher, if it goes higher, fingers crossed, who knows? So today's price is $20, so you can do something with your shares if you like, or hold on if you want to hold it for a bit longer.
Can you sell part of them, but not all of them, or does it?
You can sell part of them. So if I hit sell and you have a look at my screen, you'll see that I have 200 of these. I'd be able to select them, and then I can type in 100 and sell 100 of them, or I can sell one if I want. I'm actually okay to not sell any, so I'm going to keep mine. But if you want to sell a portion, you certainly can.
Awesome, thank you.
You are welcome.
Does anybody want to buy this before I click done?
So as long as Lauren is in, she should be able to finish her transaction, and then you should be able to move on.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
Has Rich Dad Poor Dad once said that normally in a year shares go up by 10%? So if you buy shares, on average, they do go up in a year by 10%.
So you wouldn't hear Robert Kiyosaki saying that. He says that you need to keep an eye on not just the averages that the advisors will tell you. So he wrote a very good book called Fake, where he talks about the fact that fake advisors will hide behind certain numbers like this and use generalizations, whereas you really need to pay attention to what the market is doing and keep an eye out for crashes. Because yes, you can put your money in something and statistically it will go up over a certain period of time, but there are also sometimes longer periods where there are also downturns. So he wouldn't necessarily tell you to keep that in mind. He would tell you to beware of a generalization like that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where I've heard that from. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I've got a payday.
That's better than nothing, or better than downsize. I'd definitely say that. And then it is over to me. Let's see what I come up with. Oh, a deal. I have some shares. I'm going to go for a small one. And we'll get a house instead. But that doesn't look too bad. But I've been spending quite a bit of money. But I'm going to buy it anyway. Let's see what minimum payment is on this one. 2,500. So I do have some cash on my other accounts, but I don't want to slow down play. So I will just use the minimum down payment to make that payment and borrow for it. And then I will repay that once I've transferred the money. So that way it doesn't really charge me a lot of interest. That is completely fine. And somebody is going off in the background.
Lauren, you're on mute again.
And I'm just transferring, so if there are any questions, please let me know. I will...
Do you do this every week, do you?
We do this every 2 weeks at the moment. I am thinking about different things to do in the alternate week, whether I do a presentation or I do something else, or we do a analysis session where we'll look at certain properties or at different stocks on the stock market and how to analyze them. So there are still some things that I'm looking at, and we might do a more beginner and more advanced version. So I haven't completely figured out exactly which way we'll go, but we definitely play every 2 weeks.
Oh, wow, good.
Okay, good.
And then I might learn something and not feel so bad. Simple.
Menno,
No need to feel bad, Lauren. Yes, Mladen.
you're transferring money to the same account.
I recognize that. This is what happens when you're talking and looking to do something at the same time.
I have no idea what this really means. I don't think it's much good, but I don't know.
What does yield mean again?
So yield is the percentage that you will get. So it's similar to return on investment. Yield is just a term that they use for financial vehicles that banks and other financial institutions use. So what this card is saying is that the bank wants to borrow some money from you and they will pay you money. So in Australia, we call it a term deposit. So if you give the bank $4,000, they will give you $20 per month. So if you leave the money for 1 year, they will pay you 12 times 20, which is then 240. And then after 1 year, if you want your 4,000 back, they'll give you the 4,000 back, and you've already received your interest, which is 240, and you've made a 6% return on that 4,000 that you've lent to the bank. So if you buy a property, you might get 20% in the game. The bank will only pay you 6%, but it's up to you. It is a way of making some money with money that you have, or you can look for a better deal as well. It's up to you. But hopefully that explains what the certificate of deposit, or the Australian version, the term deposit, is. And I am also well known for being quite good at speaking quite quickly. So if I speak too fast, just let me know. I do not always notice or realize. I just have this tendency to get excited and talk quickly. Just say, Menno, slow down. And I can do it a little bit slower.
Buyer offers $40,000 per unit for all units in apartment houses, has own financing, needs to invest now. Everyone may sell at this price. If you sell, pay off the related mortgage and give up the cash flow you currently receive on this property. I do not have this. Does anybody have an apartment house?
No, none of them have come up yet, so nobody will have one of those. And if they did, they'll be shouting right now. Okay, MYTQ was down to $1. It's gone back up to $10, but it's not up to 30 yet.
Oh, does anyone want to buy or sell? Or I press done?
Quite a few of those. I'm okay for now, but thank you for the offer.
Okay, I'm going to press done.
Or at least thank you for at least asking before you hit done and lock us all out. So one of the nice things about this game as well is that you learn that there's no point to, it's not really a competition in that sense that we're trying to beat each other. We're all trying to achieve the same goal. We don't have to stop each other. We don't have to work against each other. We can work together and still achieve our goal. So this is one of the great things about this game. One of the less nice things about this game is that the tenant will sometimes damage your property, and I have to pay $500 because I do actually own a property. But I have the cash, so that's a good thing. There we go, and I'm only going to do that once. I have also hit that one a couple of times, and I have paid my fine 3 or 4 times in the past when I thought my button wasn't working. That's a lot of fun.
Oh no.
Is going for a bigger deal.
The personal bankruptcy sale of busy successful laundromat on busy highway. So yes, cost 150,000, down payment 30,000, monthly expenses at 3,830, ROI is 99%. I think it's a good deal.
That's a return on investment that I wouldn't mind on one of my high school report cards either.
Are you going to purchase it?
I already have.
Okay, good.
Please don't buy more than one.
Oh, that would have been really good, actually, if I'd made the mistake on that one. Oh, I
know mistakes are only learning. Life is good.
I think bank will be very happy if you want to pay multiple times, but to keep only one property.
Yes. And payday for Lauren. Have I developed an echo, or is my voice an echo on somebody's computer?
Might be my computer, so I'm going to put myself on mute.
Oh, it's all good. I like to joke about things. It's never a personal attack. Oh, the paydays are flying around with everybody. Oh, another apartment house buyer, this time even 5,000 more per unit.
Buyer offers 45,000 per unit per all units in the apartment houses of any size. Has in financing. His 1031 tax deferred exchange time is running out. Everyone may sell. Oh, so I've not got this. I don't think anyone's got this.
I don't think so. I'm sure that they would be shouting out if they did. Would anybody like to know what the 1031 tax deferred exchange is?
I have heard it in the book, but I can't remember.
Okay, so the 1031 tax defer is where in America, so we don't have this in Australia. In America, you can buy a property, and if you sell it, you would actually pay capital gains tax on it. In America, they have a system for avoiding capital gains tax where you can buy a property, and then when you sell it, if you buy a slightly bigger property that's worth more, then they will defer the capital gains tax on that. You don't have to pay the capital gains tax at that point in time because you're buying something bigger.
You froze at the start, sorry.
Oh,
Can you
not at the start. Oh, yeah. So a 1031 is where if you buy a property in America, we don't have this in Australia. If you buy a property, a slightly smaller property, and then you buy a larger property, you don't pay capital gains tax on that first property that you bought because you're now buying a larger property. If you buy something which is at the same value or less, then you still have to pay the capital gains tax on the profit that you made. But if you, in America, buy a smaller property and then upgrade to a larger property, you don't pay capital gains tax. They actually defer it until later when you buy that second property so that you don't have to pay the capital gains tax immediately. And the capital gains tax is actually a little bit less.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully I didn't freeze that entire time this time around.
No.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Wow.
You got another baby.
Sorry?
Menno,
You got another baby.
Yes, I'm fertile today. I don't know what's going on.
you're losing focus.
Where's my focus? I've been looking at the screen the whole time. I haven't done anything inappropriate with anybody. I don't know what's going on.
Oh no.
They're probably not mine.
Mikhail needs to be better with his tenant
Yes.
choosing.
My tenant not being nice to me. When you
You must
get
have
him
put them under very, very strict contracts, and they don't like it.
all right, $1,000. You win some, you lose some, right?
Yes, you do. I think you like having people want to borrow money from you, Lauren.
High yield preferred shares of major domestic electric power company, dividend and price fixed at fair level by State Utility Commission. Everyone may buy or sell as many shares as they wish at this time. Too big, today's price 1,200, yield 10%, dividend $10 a month, trading range 1,200 to 1,200.
So this is the same thing as the last one, only instead of lending the money to the bank, you'd be lending it to a electric company. And again, they would pay you back at the end of the time that you've lent them that money. And in the meantime, until you ask for your money back, they'll pay you $10 per month.
Yeah, does anybody, because anybody can do this, does anybody want it?
So
No, thank you.
they could have already hit buy by this stage, so you can probably hit done when
Oh, okay.
unless you want to buy some. Oh dear, my second child has just cost me so much that I've gone into negative cash flow. Wow. Moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, don't have kids. Okay, maybe not. They're wonderful. They're wonderful. I'm only joking. Ooh, somebody's found a great deal.
Company would transfer managers through 2 house and a car tenant has been on the market for 6 months, just reduced. Why is it telling me to buy it?
Sorry? Why are they telling you to buy it? I can give a very simple answer.
98.3. I will purchase this.
So you're down.
Sorry?
So you're
It
down.
literally says that you must buy this.
So because we've actually added in income and expenses, it's not actually correct in this case, but it is a very good deal. Your down payment is $3,000. If you were to reduce that to the minimum, let's say that you managed to get it down to $200 2,000 down payment. At 10%, you would be paying 200 in interest payments. So that 200 that you are paying is less than the monthly cash flow, which is 245. So even if you borrow the full amount of money, you're going to be paying less in expenses than the monthly cash flow. So you'd be cash flow positive, even if you borrow the money to buy it. And that's why it's a great deal. Borrow from the bank if you must, but buy this.
Okay. I bought it.
Yay.
I hope I bought it. I can't see it. Oh yes, I bought it.
Why do I feel like I just twisted your arm, but in a good way?
Thank you. No, I saw the return on investment as you were talking, so I was like, okay.
And I had a good return on investment, yes. Okay, I wouldn't mind selling some shares now. What do we got? What do we got? On to $10. Wow. It hasn't moved the entire game. So if anybody would like to buy some more, feel free. If you'd like to sell at break even, you're also welcome. However, remember, if you sell it at break even, it may not be break even if you haven't had it for 12 months because you'll pay tax over it. So speak now or forever hold your peace, and I'm going to hit done. Okay, Mikael, hopefully you're going to get something that is not going to be you paying money because your tenants haven't been paying you their rent.
No, but reinvesting owner offers 8plex for sale at reasonable price. Financing already in place. All that needs is a down payment. May sell from 200 to 280,000. Okay, let me see what the minimum down payment is. $90,000. Okay, I could sell this if anyone's interested.
I might buy it because I've not bought anything yet.
Okay. How much would you like to buy it for?
Can I take it? So I have to buy it from you first and then buy it?
Yes.
Yes, so you need to pay Mikael for the card. So you need to send him some money. So in the bank section, you have the pay player. You can transfer him some money. And then you'd still need to pay the down payment after that, obviously. But then you would be able to buy the card.
Okay, can I buy the card for $200, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, so pay player.
And then Mikael can either trust you and start sending you that deal already, or he can wait till the money actually hits his bank account to keep an eye on you.
I'll just send it over now.
Or we trust you.
I've sent it.
200. Okay, so I've got the card now.
So you should then be able to see that the buy button has popped up on it, and then you can indeed buy it. Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to check the zero down. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to borrow some money.
So why?
Thank you.
Because Faye's now gone red, and it was Malcolm, wasn't it? Malcolm?
Yes, it was me. I sold the car to her, so she's having a go now, but then it's going to go to you once she purchases the property.
Ah, gotcha. Thank you.
So have I bought it now?
So the game recognizes when somebody buys it from somebody else, and then it turns into your turn, and then it will go back to original or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
The game's actually quite clever in that sense.
Payday plus condo buyer, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. You are offered 55 grand for a 2-1 rental combo. Buyer has own financing. Everyone may sell at this price. If you sell, pay off the related mortgage and give up the cash flow you currently receive.
Does anybody have one? I don't think anybody's got one of those.
No, I don't think so either. So I'll just hit done, yeah? No, anybody? Oh, gone.
I'm sure they will scream out if they are concerned that they won't be able to sell it.
I don't know if this is a good thing. I've seen it a couple times through this game.
Okay, term deposit again. Same one as lending the money to the bank, and they are paying you the interest.
Okay. Just $240 a month, $20 a month.
Correct.
Okay. No. Okay, no.
The idea is basically if you can get a better investment than just 6% per year on your cash, then be waiting maybe for other opportunities.
Yep.
Yes. There is only one time that I buy that one, and that is when I have more cash than I know what to do with. Which is not my issue today, but very often when I play by myself and when I play with just one or two other players, especially with some very experienced players, then you can get to that point, but there's no rush. Just enjoy and have fun testing different things and seeing what happens, and life is good. And Faye, what do you have here? Another great deal.
I bought it.
Oh, very good.
Okay, done.
Everybody follows the rules when it says buy if you must. And then I need to stop sleeping and keep an eye on the fact that it's my turn. Here we go. Payday! And then my turn is gone in the blink of an eye. But at least I got some. Oh no, I paid money. My cash flow is still negative.
Oh,
Oh, this is where the gold coins come in.
right.
So they were
I did mention gold coin.
1,500.
Anyone's got one, they can sell it.
I don't think Lauren ended up buying that one, so she is. The facial expressions say it all.
All right, it's done.
The game just wants to rub it in.
Yes.
I saw it come up when it was Renat's turn, and I was going to say something, but it looks good.
It's only a 500 game, so I don't think it's a big loss.
Yes, thank you.
So there's never any need to be upset or worried about the game. It's just a lot of fun, and you can learn something, and you can see what happens. And I always make jokes and things in between, so that keeps it especially fun. Unless you think my jokes are good, just let me know if you don't think they're good.
Please shout if you have a place to sell. Sorry, apartment. Otherwise, all good.
No apartment. But thank you for the offer. And we're back to condos again that I don't think anybody has.
Does anybody have a condo?
What is the difference between, what is a condo?
Okay, so in America, a condo is what we would call more of an apartment. A house is what we would call a house. And so you'll notice that they never come up with units. So a condo is actually like a small little apartment building, whereas your apartment building is a big apartment building. So they separate them out.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So your condo will probably look like a bit of a motel, more like. Like
Okay.
only 2 stories, and it's got a couple of different apartments in there. Okay, so I think nobody has any of those. Shopping mall budget. Anybody have
Oh,
a
I've not got
shopping
one.
mall? Don't they-
Nobody's got
Yes.
done.
Yeah, I think it's time to start selling something nice again. 100,000 for a 3-2. I wouldn't mind some money. Let's have a look how long I've owned those. 4 months and 2 months. I'm going to sell the one that was losing money. So before I was losing money on that one, $100. I'm currently negative 100. So I'm going to now sell that one. I've made quite a bit of profit on it, which is nice. I think I've made about 50,000 on it. I will pay tax on that, but it will give me a bit of cash, and I'm looking forward to receiving that. And then I can pay off some of the money that I borrowed, and I'm only negative $57 cash flow now instead of negative 200. And you'll notice that I have about 35,000 in my account now, which was practically zero before. So I've made a bit of money on that one. So life is good. And then I'm going to go to bank and repay. Ooh, if my mouse is in the right spot. And I had a personal loan that I wanted to pay off. Oh. Pick that one.
Would that be good for me to sell? No. So would that be 35,000 times 8?
So you have an 8lex,
Yeah.
then that would be 35,000 times 8 would be the total sales price. And obviously you have to take off the mortgage, and whatever is left is profit. Just remember, if you sell before you've owned it for more than 12 months, you pay a little bit more tax. If you own it for more than 12 months, you pay a little bit less tax. But there's no right or wrong answer. It's up to you whether you'd like to sell it now or later. But you can save a bit of tax if you hold on.
Yeah, I'll leave it. I'll keep it.
Okay, over to you, Lauren. Maybe this time you can buy some gold instead of having a card to sell gold that you don't have. Fingers crossed.
Payday plus stock onto you entertainment company.
Ooh.
Everyone may buy or sell. Today's price $40. No dividend. Trading range 10 to 30.
Wow.
Anybody want to buy or sell?
I'm going to sell.
I'm okay for now, but thank you.
Do you not think it's good to sell if it's 40?
Yes.
So
I was going to ask that too.
it is a good price to sell. It is at its highest rate. I just sold something else, and I wouldn't mind selling it without the capital gains tax. So that's the only reason why I'm waiting. But if you think that you would need some cash right now, so I just got cash. So I have the luxury of being able to wait. But if you don't have a lot of cash, then you might say, I want to sell now. Or you can also say, I need cash, but I'd prefer to pay less tax later on. It's completely up to you, but you have those 3 different options.
So it's better to sell these after 12 months.
Not necessarily. It's up to you. If you need the cash and you're happy to pay a little bit extra tax, then you can. If you say, I have cash and I don't really need the money desperately right now and I can wait, then you can do that. But if you want some cash right now, then it's probably a better idea to sell them.
Okay, no, I don't need cash.
Okay. So I can do done.
Sorry?
I can hit done.
You can, if everybody's done what they'd like to do. So with everything, it's always gray. There's no real black and white, because what might be good for one person is not necessarily the right strategy for another person. So if I have lots and lots of money, I can wait. If I don't have a lot of money and I really want to buy something, then I might be better off selling it. So there's never really a right or wrong answer. There's just a discussion you can have about what the different possibilities are.
Does anyone want to buy any of these?
I am going to get a few, yes.
Okay.
$5 today.
Okay, I got some.
I appreciate you waiting and not just hitting done, so thank you for that.
No worries. I'm going to buy some myself. Let me know when everybody's done. If they were purchasing this.
Done.
Okay.
Yes, the funniest would be if you say, is everybody done? And everybody says done, and then you hit done and you go, oh, hang a minute, I'm not done. That would be funny. Disclaimer, been there, done that. I have been there and done that.
Oh, does anyone want to buy or sell?
Okay for you. I'm good for now, but thank you.
I'm good too.
Okay,
Me as well.
one.
One of those today. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. Mikhail's really chasing after the plexes.
Yeah, they're all coming my way, aren't they?
What was that eerie kind of red light at your place?
If you don't want this, Mikhail, I'm happy to purchase. Oh, never mind.
Sorry, I've already.
It's okay. Next time.
Instead of going, gone, that one was gone, going.
Payday plus certificate of deposit. Everyone may buy or sell as they wish at this time. Yield 6%. Today's price $4,000. Interest $20 a month. Anybody want a certificate of deposit?
No.
Now, super
Yeah,
attracted
thank
to
you.
that card.
Sorry?
You are super attracted to that card for some reason.
I am, yes.
Just a payday.
One payday. Also, in case you haven't noticed, but I'm sure you've all noticed that on top of the cards, there's actually a very nice quote every single couple of turns.
Yeah.
I like quite a lot. It's more important to grow your income than cut your expenses. More important to grow your spirit than cut your dreams. Anybody ever has any questions about the quotes, feel free as well, obviously.
Does anybody want to purchase this Grow for Us fund?
For us, yes, I'm going to get some.
Yes.
Thank you
Me
for
too.
waiting.
know when you guys are done.
I am good.
Done.
Good.
Good, done. All right.
More stocks. Does anybody want to buy any?
Thank you.
Wow, it's a lot of low price stocks today.
Right, I'm going to press done.
Not so many high ones. Price of gold soared. Oh, 2,000 due to rioting in the Middle East. Oh no, we've only had sell cards since that one card, haven't we? So nobody
I
has.
think it's a different kind of gold.
We'd find out if somebody had it, but unfortunately we don't. If you hit sell, you'd be able to find out. I know that I definitely don't have any.
Okay.
Buy a new cellular phone.
Ooh. Are you one of those techies that likes buying the latest and greatest, newest phones?
No.
Then that one's up to you whether you want to get that one or not.
Okay.
How are we going to call you now? Just on the old one, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Don't I keep my old one?
You do, you do.
Both. All good.
Or we not? Wow,
Does anybody want to purchase this?
so many bargains.
Cheap stock.
Hang on. What am I looking at?
Oh, come on, mouse. There we go.
Also, yes, I want some. How do I get back into? Oh, crap. Oh, playboard. Sorry, I'm
That's
holding
okay.
everybody up. I couldn't work out what I was doing.
We did some tab
That's
jump.
okay. Let us know when you're done.
I was attempting to pay some debts.
Are you purchasing the stock?
Yeah, I'm good now. Thank you.
Okay.
At least I think I did. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, was that a
All right.
motorbike or an airplane? Somebody had something cool go past.
Oh no, I don't.
Oh no. Oh, does anybody have a 3-2 house that they'd like to sell?
I've got a 3-2 house. I've got a couple of 3-2 houses.
You might still do, yes. So if you'd like to sell some, there is an opportunity to do so at 110,000.
So if I've got one of the value of 35,000, it would be good for me to sell now for 110.
What do you have that's valued at 35,000?
Is it the house, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom?
Yes. So you can hit sell, and it will automatically tell you if you have that one, and then you can see inside. So I can show you on my screen quickly.
Oh yeah, I do.
So you can see here.
Oh yeah.
What I bought it for, how much my loan was, and I can also see what my capital gain was. So you'll be able to see how much you made on it. When you hit
Oh,
sell, then you don't have to sell. You can do that. If you don't want to, but if you do want to sell, you can.
Why would I need to sell it?
If you want some cash. So it will bring you cash flow for now. If you sell it, you will get the cash and you don't have the cash flow anymore. But if you want to keep the cash flow, you don't have to sell it.
Okay, actually.
There's a trade-off on everything. And so it becomes a strategic game. Once you start to see how the game works and how everything fits together, then you can start thinking about how much cash do I have right now? Do I need to sell something in order to generate more cash so I can buy bigger things? Or do I hold on to the cash flow because eventually I want my cash flow to be higher than my expenses so that I'm out of the rat race and I can tell my boss to go jump in a lake?
Thank you.
Okay, so everybody's made the decision around that one. I'm going to hit done. Let's see what Mikhail goes for. Ooh, he's going for a big one.
Wow.
Has he bitten off more than he can chew, though, or does he have the cash to splash?
That's a big line.
It is, isn't it?
But it's got good cash flow. Let's see. Is it going to work in my favor? Ooh. Done. Let's see what happens.
So those kinds of deals make me think of a song by Lady Gaga, The Edge of Glory, but it's a question of whether she's going to be singing "You're on the edge of glory" or "You're on the edge of the abyss." There are two different lyrics to that song, depending on what you do with a deal like that. Oh, this looks like a good one.
yeah, I'm buying.
But I don't know what your position is, so obviously only you can make a decision on whether it's good for you or not. I can see lots of cogwheels turning. What is the thought pattern? Or are you just in the process of purchasing?
Oops.
Did Lauren just drop off? No, she's still there. So you're on mute, but
It's
what you were thinking.
my connection was interrupted. I was in the middle of buying. I don't know what's happened.
Are you still on the screen?
Oh, it's come back now.
Ah, very good. So we still have it on the screen as your turn with the card still there for you. So you should be able to buy if you want to buy that one.
I seem to have a lot of houses.
I like
Just a bad thing.
houses, especially in real life.
Yes, I would be excited if it was in real life.
Well, that's what we're training you for. This is that's what the game is about.
Okay, as long as I can afford it all. Whew.
I wish it was easy in the real life. You just buy buttons and buy.
Okay, I wouldn't advise that. You're going to get me sued, Renat. Just go out and buy the first house you find on the market outside there. Yeah.
Oh, I wish that was me.
Oh, 20 acres. I don't think anybody's got any land. It hasn't come up yet.
Maybe Mikhail has. No.
Don't think so.
No acreages.
Oh, it's getting dark, isn't it?
Yay, money.
Payday and software company buyer. Large integrated software company offers 100,000 cash for incentive software program related company. Oh, nobody's got one of these, have they?
Unless somebody's got one in the last couple of turns, I don't think anybody does, no. Wow. Wow.
Very productive this year.
Everybody is my witness. I have been sitting here. I have not turned off my screen. I haven't done anything. I don't know how this is happening.
Oh,
Menno, check your journal. Like, is there at least 9 months between the babies?
So they must all be different mothers. I have no other explanation.
Oh no, I got one too now.
It's contagious.
Demand for bed and breakfast. Couple burned out from their corporate jobs are ready for a change. Have lots of cash, looking for a profitable B&B. They will pay $250K today. Everyone with a B&B that is making money may sell at this price. If you sell, pay off the related mortgage, but nobody's got one, have they?
Don't think I can come up.
Oh.
Oh, nice. You can sell that to me, shall I?
I got it.
I would have guessed as much. Let's see what Menno gets.
Oh, does anybody want to buy or sell their Grow For Us fund?
if my cash flows minus, am I best selling?
What's caused your cash flow to be minus?
My cash flow is minus.
Are you downsized right now?
Oh, yeah.
That would probably be why. Do you still have cash in your bank accounts?
Yeah.
So if you think that you have enough cash in your bank accounts, you should be fine. If you feel that you'd like some more cash and you want to go out and buy some other things, then you can always sell if you want to.
Okay, no, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Thank you.
Does anybody else want to buy us?
I'm good, but thank you. So I generally don't want to let people know what to do, because what I would do might be different to what you would do. But it's good to ask and see different kinds of options. So I'm always happy to share some options, but I will never tell you what to do, because eventually the more you learn to come up with your own ideas for what to do, the better it will be, rather than relying on other people. Oh, wow. Speaking of Grow For Us, it has gone up an extra $10.
I just sold on the other.
I might sell.
See, as I said, Faye, sometimes you think that you're going to do the right thing, and then it just turns out that life goes in a completely different way than you think. So Renat probably didn't think it was going to go up very soon and decided to sell at 30, and then all of a sudden, boom, up it goes to 40. Thank you for demonstrating life so perfectly, Renat.
You're welcome.
Okay, so it is already 8:35. I have a meeting after we have finished playing, but I would like to still do a debrief and do a little bit of education with you. I also have something which is going to be a lot of fun, hopefully, fingers crossed. So we might all have one more turn, and then we'll start the debrief and have a look at what you learned from the game and anything else that you'd like to share. And then we'll also talk about a few other things. So I will go and have one more turn, and then when we get back to me, we will finish. And I'm going to finish with a vacation for the family, and this is something that I generally do in life. So I'm going to quickly transfer some cash because I don't have enough on the main transaction account. Better not use the investing account, better use the savings account for that one. And then, let's have a look. Let's send across 1,000 for that one. I'm going to go on a holiday, and that's how I'm finishing up. So there we go. Holiday done and dusted. So I'm going to be debriefing from a tropical island on the beach with no laptop in front of me.
With all your kids.
With all my the whole brood.
Why did you have to spoil it?
I'd completely forgotten about that since I don't have any in real life. So now, all of a sudden, I've realized that I'm not going to have the holiday that I usually have. Thank you to whoever mentioned that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Laughing is a great way to actually stay younger and take years off the time that you're going to die. So I appreciate that. So thank you to everybody who made us all laugh today. Yeah, I think you can choose a small or big.
Two-bedroom, one bathroom. You're offered 45,000 for a 2-to-1 rental condo. Anyone have that want to sell?
Not me.
Going.
No.
Gone.
Hey, Lauren, let's make it a good one to finish off with.
I'm hoping.
Fingers are crossed.
Payday and mutual fund grow for us. Lower interest rates drive market and fund to strong showing. Only you may buy as many units as you want at this price. Oh, only everyone may sell at this price.
Everyone may sell, yes. So, Renat, you can take consolation in the fact that it only jumped up to 40 for one day and then it went back to 30 again.
Yeah. Okay, anybody want to sell or press done?
Done.
I think you can press done. The only person that would have but has already sold is Renat. So.
Okay.
And what's Renat going to come up with for his last card? Ooh,
A very good one.
a very good one. This is the one that everybody wanted on their last one.
This is awesome.
Can I have more than one, please?
Sell it to me.
I'm going to keep you to the one. My apologies, but just one for you.
I'm quite a good businessman, actually. Looking at my businesses, I've got two.
Very good.
I'm going to go a little bit bigger this time, just for the last one.
Oh, so it was already available to sell beforehand, and now it's available to buy.
I'm going to buy it if I have money.
If I had money.
I think I have the money.
Now you know it can sell for 100.
Yes. And last but not least, Faye, what's the last card? Oh, $40 for okay for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, I might sell mine.
I might sell mine as well.
Me too.
I think I'm going to sell some as well. I've got something to do before we start debriefing.
Can I press done?
No, sorry. Oh.
See, I always told you that if somebody has something to sell, they will let you know.
So that's how it works.
They will let you know.
And please still don't sell because I had multiple lots and I'm selling both. Okay, good to go now. Thank you.
Okay, very good.
Done.
Okay. I would like to ask, who had some fun?
I had
Me.
lots of fun.
Yay, very good. Who learned something?
Yep.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, perfect. Because that's the whole idea. We want to be able to have some fun, but we also want to learn something at the same time. So we're going to start with a debrief, and then I'm going to show you some other things. And I think I've got something that's going to be a lot of fun as well. We'll have to see, though. I'm not sure. It's something new that I came up with that I thought would be a lot of fun at the end of Cashflow, and something that we can focus on throughout the week. So I'll show you that in just a moment. But first, we'll start with the debrief. And we might start, let's have a look. We might start with Rinat and then go around the screen in the order that I can see you all. So that means we will start with Rinat. And the only reason I'm picking on you, Rinat, is because you are a little bit more experienced than everybody else. So you've already done debriefs. So we'll get you to start, and then we'll go around in a circle. So I'll need you to do a good debrief so that you are a good example so everybody else knows what they're going to be doing.
Yes, I don't know if you want to let me share my screen so that I can show.
I can do
Maybe.
that. Let me hit share screen. There we go.
Okay, so which one is this one? So, okay. I decided to start afresh, and I decided to do that a couple of turns into the game. So
Yes.
probably I had less time than everyone else to build up. I started as a truck driver, and I think I've done good. And so I have a couple of profitable businesses, a couple of real estate properties, and some shares. But if we go to the scoreboard, I'm happy to say that I'm actually ranked first, I guess, in terms of the money that others people money that I'm using to pay for my expenses, and I'm out of rat race. So if we look here, passive income exceeds expenses, so I don't care if I'm downsized. I actually might be happy to be let go of work, but it's not possible in this game just yet. So yeah, basically the income that my businesses and real estate generate are enough to cover all my expenses. But I guess that was easy because I'm a truck driver, so my total expenses are quite low. And yeah, I mean, I've been playing a game for a while now, and not only this game, so I'm happy.
Yes, Renat's also been playing in between times and familiarizing himself and testing out different strategies. Because once you know the different things that happen in the game, and there's a couple of things that we haven't spoken about yet that I can show you also next time. We can expand on what we've already done today. Then you can start strategizing and having a look at what kinds of things you can do to take it to the next level for yourself.
So I think it's been about a year of gameplay time for me, if we look at my journal. So
I might just quickly explain. So there are a lot of reports in the system, and the general journal will actually track time. So we can actually see how long we've been playing. So every time you get a paycheck, we will add an extra month. And so you can see here everything that Rinat has done throughout the game. The only thing you can't see is the deals that he hasn't bought, but everything that he has bought, everything that he has done, every time he's had to pay taxes and all of those different kinds of things, you can see in here. as well as the time that has passed. And so there are a couple of different things that I can show you next time with regards to the back end of the game that can give you a very good insight into what you've been doing and where you have been doing things perhaps a little bit better and a little bit less good. But everything is a learning, and there's nothing really right or wrong.
Yeah, I was also able to pay off all my credit cards and car loan and all of those. Only home loan left, but that will be easy to handle as well.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So obviously, Michal's been playing for a while, and he has a lot to share with regards to his numbers. But I'm happy for everybody else to just share a little bit about what you learned, if there's anything that you noticed throughout the game, anything that you noticed around your mindset, or anything that you noticed that you fell into a habit that you're usually doing in real life as well that you'd like to change. Because once you start to understand the game, you can also start to test different strategies to get out of some of the habits that you might have in real life. Okay, so going around the screen, Michael, you are next. If you'd like to share your debrief as well.
Okay, so in this, I was able to achieve the minimum 7 real estate properties with positive cash flow.
Oh, very nice.
So yeah, that worked in my favor. They just, all the duplexes came my way during the game, but that also made me realize how once you kickstart from your first property, the rest sort of just seem to come one after the other. Makes it easier. Like even in real life scenarios, I guess, if you put it that way, because you gain equity and then you can go for your second and third property and whatnot. So it gives me a broader idea of how I can relate this to real life, which I enjoyed. That way I could understand if I was to have this many properties, if I would go bankrupt or actually make money. So at this point, I mean, I'm just on the edge of 93% of my expenses are covered by other people's money. I haven't reached Renat's level, but I think that's because I sort of set it up with my own figures to make it realistic to real life. So my home loan, personal home loan, was much higher in a number. So that's sort of probably holding me back to becoming at an infinite percentage. But yeah, in this game, the amount of properties was the experience I've had.
Very good. Okay, thank you for sharing. And then next is Faye. Would you like to share what you learned and what your observations were?
Yeah, I thought it was quite interesting about the shares. I think I've actually got shares, but I don't know anything about them. My stepdad told me to buy them. So maybe I need to keep an eye on them and see when they go up and when they go down. But it's made me think I need to learn more about that and not just listen to my stepdad. But no, I really enjoyed the game. I can't wait to play it again. I am learning loads. Thank you.
It's perfect. I'm very glad to see that you had some good insights and that it's inspired you, and that you also had fun and that you're looking forward to playing again, which is one of the best pieces of feedback that we can receive, because it means that you are learning and having fun and want to come back, which is a really good sign.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Perfect. It was wonderful having you as well. Lauren, over to you.
That report that you brought up, Renat, where did you find that?
Let me share the screen.
Reports up top, bookkeeping, and general journal.
Okay. Reports.
So yes, I wanted to make sure that we had enough time, since a few of you were quite new, that we had more time to play the game and get you more aware with what was going on in the game, than spending too much time on some of the back end things, which would probably just confuse you a little bit more. But next time,
it wasn't that one that I wanted. I wanted to find out where, anyway, because yes, I'm not sure. I didn't get any of my milestones ticked, which is, I bought multiple properties. I bought and sold shares, so that was a bit exciting. And the other Grow For Us thing, I did pay off my credit card debt and my car loan, and I still ended up with positive cash flow, so I was happy about that. So then I was a bit, I suppose in some way I was a little bit devastated that I thought I came last, and I was like, oh really? Bummer.
So can I share a couple of things around that, Lauren?
Yes.
First of all, we only put a scoreboard for the people that are a little bit more competitive, but in essence, there is no winner, there is no loser. If you learn something, you're a winner. If you had a good time, then you're also a winner. The thing that I find interesting about your debrief is that there are a couple of things that you were concerned about that you definitely don't have to be concerned about. So please don't compare yourself to Renat or Mikhail. They've both already played before, and they are looking at the game from a perspective of their experience, and the things that they've achieved is based on that experience. When you're playing for the first time, I probably wouldn't expect you to be able to reach any of your milestones yet, because you're still navigating how does everything work, what am I doing, and just figuring it out. So Renat and Mikhail both have already figured out what most of the cards are, how they work, when it's a good idea to buy and when not to buy. And so they're going to be able to reach their milestones. And if you play more often, you'll also be able to start to see how the cards work, and you'll start to get into a bit of a flow around it, and then you can reach your milestones. So the milestones, again, it's more for later on when you've already played for a bit and it makes a little bit more sense. And then you can strategize a little bit in order to be able to see if you can reach those milestones. But definitely not something that I would be expecting you to be able to do immediately. I think that you already did extremely well. So I've known people who have felt and been in a similar position with regards to being completely new to finance, similar to you. And very often what will happen is they will be completely overwhelmed and want to run away. And you stuck with it, and you are curious, and you ask questions, and that's how you really get ahead. So well done. And the fact that you bought some things is amazing, because a lot of people that start will just sit there and be completely frozen and do absolutely nothing because they think they don't have the money or the ability or anything to be able to do that. So you did extremely well. And I would like to just reiterate that, because it's not easy when you play for the first time. So well done.
Okay, thank you.
And I would like to hope that you also had fun and would like to come back, because that would allow you to be able to understand the cards more. And then you can take it from there to be able to start having a look at strategizing and seeing if you can reach some of those milestones. But definitely not something you have to be able to do within at least the first 3, 4, 5 games necessarily.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I do want to come back, and yeah.
That is also very awesome. And I would love to be able to share more of the things that I know, and I'm sure everybody else as well, in order to be able to help you to understand it better, and then be able to also translate that into real life so that you can also eventually create financial freedom in your life.
Yes, that's what I'd really like. That would be awesome.
That is perfect. Then I would say mission accomplished for today. Okay, so Menno, you're next.
Okay, so I liked a lot of in this game, for example, a lot of the terminology. In real life, I'm actually a mathematician and data scientist, but I didn't study finance at all, so I have no idea about that side. So it's really interesting to see this side, and I think that this is something that I would play in my spare time. I think it's a lot of fun and would learn a lot from. not only did I learn a lot of the definitions and things like that, but I realized my own mindset. So at the beginning, as a mathematician, I'm very cautious in my normal life. So I was one of those people that you just kind of just mentioned. I didn't do anything for a little bit of the time. And another mistake that I made was at the beginning, I tried to go for a bigger deal than the money that I already had without looking at the money that I had. So once I figured out, all right, what about, what should I do? My strategy in my head was, okay, I've come into the game late, but perhaps I'm going to just keep going around the rounds and get more money, wait for the paydays and get more money. And then purchase things as we go. But that was my strategy. If things were cheaper for me, maybe I would have bought more, but yeah, I liked it. It's good. The other thing that I realized is even when I sold some shares, some stock, I didn't sell all of it because of that cautious mindset. I decided to sell most of it, but wanted to hold on to things in case there was another time to sell in the future. So yeah.
Absolutely nothing wrong with any of that. And yes, we are going to play a little bit cautious when we first start playing. And mathematics is quite different to finance. So even though you use mathematics for finance, there's a lot of other things that go on in finance that you don't have in mathematics. You don't have to worry about taxation and different strategies, and when to sell and when to buy and all of those different kinds of things. So there is not really a lot of parallel. Interestingly, I've had a lot of accountants that have played with me. And it's quite amazing because accountants technically should be extremely good at this game because they actually understand the underlying principles. But very often they've been programmed to think that their own house is an asset as opposed to a liability. And they have very fixed ways with regards to, and one of the reasons why they come to play is because obviously they haven't achieved financial freedom. But they're very fixed in their ways. And I've had a lot of accountants walk out and not want to continue for that reason. So if you are mathematically minded, but you are willing to stay and challenge some of the ideas that you might have and be open to learning things around finance, then that is only a great win. And so well done to you for that.
Yeah, for sure. I found it so much fun.
I'm very glad to hear that. So 3 out of 3 with regards to the newbies being happy. So that's always a good score. Renat would like to share something. I can see his hand up to say something.
Yeah, I think one of the quotes in the game is, this is not where the person with IQ 160 gets ahead of the person with IQ 120. It's all about your experience. And I'm sorry if my debrief sounded like I'm boasting or something. It's just I'm playing the game differently now. I mean, like, I've been investing for more than 2 years. I have real estate. I've got shares portfolio. Like, I've done a lot of courses. So it's actually my goal as well as Menno's to show people and make them understand that it's doable, like to not be scared of it. And in fact, if you're not investing, you're probably losing out more than you would think. And especially in Australia, like, unfortunately, many people come to their retirement age with not enough super, having to downsize, and all of those stories. It's all about just not thinking about investing in time. And it's all about time. That's why, like, I'm playing the game in terms of, like, how can I make this happen sooner? I already know, like, how to get ahead in the game. I just want to compress the time. So I'm looking at how many years I've spent. Like, last game we played was like 4 years. Now it's like 1 year or whatever. So yeah, but the thing is the sooner you start, the better. Like, even if you start small, even like I just started as a truck driver today. I was like buying 5 shares, 10 shares. It doesn't matter. It's just you start somewhere and then you get going and learn along the way.
Absolutely. I appreciate you sharing that, Renat, because you can't compare apples to pears and you can't compare oranges to grapefruit because they're all different. And in the same way, we are all starting out from a different point when it comes to our cash flow journey. We all have different knowledge when it comes to our cash flow journey. So if we take the lessons from the game and use that to improve little by little, then we can achieve our goals and learn the things that we need to in order to be able to implement it in real life. So I'm going to also quickly get Mladen to debrief. And then speaking about taking things from the game to real life, I'm going to quickly share two more things. One is an activity as well, which I think is going to be extremely exciting. And we'll talk about that again next time we play. So Mladen, I'm going to get you to debrief first, and then I will quickly show a couple of things. And we're already 9 o'clock. Hopefully everybody still has about 5 to 10 more minutes.
I was more interested in technical stuff at the moment because I'm working on a new version which will be much more pleasing and much more powerful than this one. So it seems the game was really smoothly, and I really enjoyed looking at what you're doing, what you achieved. I don't see anyone as loser. We are all winners. So beginners today, you all played about 1 year, simulation 1 year time, for 14 months. Some of you achieved 50% of getting out of rat race. So it's still low. But Muriel, you achieved to buy a house in 1 year that provides you with positive cash flow. That's awesome. So just because you didn't get out of rat race, you're still going on. So next time when you come in, you will continue this game and you will continue to see what's going on. So now you can think, what can you do? Can you do it in something like that similar in real life? And this gives you all opportunities to see what can be done. Like someone will want to be pilot and use the flight simulator before killing real people. It's why you can play with the real money, with the virtual money, to see what can go on. So all of you are winners. Renat, for example, he in the past he had a very long game because he was working between the sessions and he was playing for 20 years, but he was only 120% out of rat race. So everything happened in different situations, and Renat today had real help with his advisor also.
Yes. That's very
By the way, Renat, how is going to the cube that you're playing? How many times you solve it?
I don't know, about once per turn, maybe.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it was a really good game, very good attendance, and everyone was doing very well. I should come back again.
Yes, I will share a little bit more about some of those other back-end things next time. There's so much in this game that it's difficult to get everything in just one session. But what I would like to do, and I'm hoping that it's still in my history. Let's have a look. It should still be here, but it is hiding in a different spot. So I'll have to go to history, unless Mladen can send me the other one. And everything's going to have 2022 in there. You send me the backend link, Mladen, because I think I have it in my Evernote, but I have that in a different spot. So we have a back-end section which also has education, and usually it's still in my history. It just automatically pops up. But today it has decided that it wants to hide. And then I'll quickly show you something around that. And then I have an activity for us, which I will carry through to the week after, or the next game that we play. And I'll also make some videos around that to explain how you can do that activity. So I think that you will all enjoy that one. So should be this one here. There we go. I'll just close that one. Okay, so this is the back end where I'm actually able to, just like Mladen, reach through and have a look at different players. So I can see your work, in the sense that I can go through and have a look at what you did throughout the game, so that I can actually give you some feedback on that as well. So as an example, we take Menno, for example. I can then go through and have a look at what you did throughout the game, in order to then be able to give you some feedback, because I can see without having to have you share the screen. And then if you decide you wanted to have a chat to me or Mladen about certain questions you had about the game throughout the week, you'd be able to do that, and I'd be able to have a look and say, okay, I can see you did this, I can see you did something else. And also in this section we have exit student work. And it may not be in this section at the moment, but we also have an education section with some information about education. So some rich dad teachings that we're also able to share with you. And that's usually also in here, but it may not be in there right now. However, I can also talk about it a little bit with regards to the thing that I wanted to share this week, which is the second book of Robert Kiyosaki's and the Cashflow Quadrant. So we've been playing Cashflow for a little bit, and it's important to realize that there are 4 different quadrants where investors live. One is the employee, where you are working for somebody else, which is where we start the game out in. The other is the self-employed, who is a business owner, but they still work for themselves in a certain degree, because they don't have systems in place and they are still paying somewhat higher taxes than a corporate entity, for example. You have the business owner, which is the third one, and they are going to have an automated business that will function with or without them in there. And so they are much more in control of what they are doing. And then you have the investor, which is the 4th quadrant, and you can be a combination of small business owner, big business owner, employee, and investor at the same time. So there are different kinds of strategies that you can use in order to be able to generate funds from one of those 3, in order to put that into the investment account in order to become an investor. Or you can also just invest on your own, but generally you need to have some income from somewhere. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to focus a little bit on the I quadrant, because we all have income coming in from somewhere, either it be from a business or from a small business or from our work. The 4th quadrant, and one of the things that Robert Kiyosaki likes to talk about most, is the investment quadrant. And obviously, while we were playing, this is what we were doing. We were investing in property. We were investing potentially in gold, but I don't think anybody got there. We were investing in real estate and stocks and all these different other things. So what I wanted to do for the next 2 weeks is I wanted to give you a little bit of a, what would be the right word for it? A little skills exercise. So what I've done, and I'm just going to go across to a different page quickly, and I'll see if I can copy and paste this in. So give me a show of hands. Who is more interested in real estate? So you can either use your physical hand or you can use the little hand from the thing. Okay, a few interested in real estate. And who's more interested in the stock market? And some of the same hands going up for that one, which is interesting. So what I've done is I have, okay. So you should be able to see my screen again. Now I'm going to share in the chat something that I created, and I'm on direct message with Mladen at the moment. I'm going to share this with everybody. I have, and I'll just send it through, done a search today for 3 properties. And those properties are practically the same. One is in Brisbane, one is in Sydney, one is in Melbourne. So I use the same search criteria. So they are between $700,000 to $800,000. I didn't put any special conditions. I made sure that they were all available on the market. They are all relatively close to the CBDs. They might not be exactly in the same similar distance from the CBDs itself. But similar to what we do in the game, we have to look at what is the income from that property, how much am I borrowing, how much is my loan to value ratio, etc., etc. So as a basic little taking it from the board game to real life, I've created these 3, and you can either choose to do this activity and let me know which of those 3 properties you think would be the best choice. So similar to in the game, you get the choice of a couple of different properties throughout the game, and you'd need to choose which one you think is the best. So one might have a return on investment of 10%, one might have a return on investment of 20%, and one might have a return on investment of 15%. So obviously, in real life, there is a lot more detail that you need to be able to come up with. But I thought it would be a fun exercise to have a look at 3 properties and see which one everybody chooses as their favorite. And throughout the fortnight, I'm going to make some videos talking about how you can evaluate the 3 and how you can compare apples to apples and how you can compare oranges to oranges in this regard when it comes to having a look at a couple of different properties. Who would be excited by that? Oh, very good. So you have access to those. So I definitely make sure that you copy and paste all of the information from those properties before you leave, because the chat will obviously disappear and then it will be gone. And then you'd have to send me a message throughout the week to ask me for it. Then at the bottom, for those of you who are interested in the stock market, and I don't think it is a good idea to do both exercises at the same time, but if you'd like to do this exercise with the stock market, I also picked 15 different kinds of stocks. Now, stocks have more information available to them. And there's another lesson that I want to teach you around why I picked 15 stocks as opposed to 3 stocks. And I will explain that throughout the week and in the next fortnight to you as well. But you can also do this exercise and pick one of these stocks. And then we will track it and see how your performance is with regards to which stock you've picked, whether it goes up or whether it goes down. Now, again, this is just a skills exercise. There is nothing you're going to lose or win from it. So it's not real money. We're just picking one, and we're not, please do not go out and buy what you decide to pick, right? Don't go out and buy a property. Don't go out and buy these shares, because one, you'll get in trouble and
buy
you sue me.
houses by accident.
Oh my goodness me. Please don't. The idea obviously is that we are just going to pick. And first of all, you can do it through your gut instinct. And then I'll give you more and more tools throughout the week. I'll create some videos around this so that you can understand how you can evaluate them and how you can pick from those 15 which one is one of the better ones and which of those 3 properties is going to be the best choice. So if that is exciting, then please copy and paste those across. Keep an eye out on my YouTube channel and stay in touch with me throughout the week. And I will give you access to those videos, and we'll have a talk about how you can research, which is the most important thing and what Robert Kiyosaki is always talking about, making sure that you do a lot of research before you buy anything so that you have an idea of how much control you have and that you can make educated investment decisions because you just need the education. You just need to understand what you're doing. And once you have that, then you can start taking it out into real life. So I want to not just play the game, but I want to translate it more into real life and give you some of those skills. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to give you some tools. But maybe tomorrow I'll get in touch with everybody and get you to make your initial guesses from just gut feel, or you can do some research if you already know how to do a bit of research. And then we'll see how those perform. And then I'll give you some tools throughout the next fortnight so that you can actually do some research. I'll show you where you can look for that research, how you can do the research, and how you can evaluate to make sure that you're making really good decisions. But don't go out and buy anything just yet.
For those who are on Windows, there is in the chat window where you actually type a message. Next to smiling face, there are 3 dots, and then you can see option to save chat. Those who are on a Mac are probably the same thing.
Also do that, yes. So you know the copy
these links to the properties.
But I think the most important thing, and thank you for staying a little bit longer, because I really wanted to share this. This is something that's extremely important to me because when I first started playing Cashflow in my cafe, so I bought a cafe and I wanted to promote the cafe, so I brought Cashflow and I started running this club at the cafe. And I remember the thing that frustrated me the most was that I would play Cashflow with people, and at the end of the game, I'd say to people, so we've done the debrief. Now, based on the things that you've learned, what are you going to do in real life? And I would get blank stares because people didn't have the confidence, didn't have the skills, didn't have the knowledge to take what they'd learned in the game, and most never took it out into real life. So I want to do something about that. So that's why I decided to create this, as well as the education that we have in the back end as well. So pick your winners. Lauren has to go. And then I'll be in touch throughout the week. And I'm looking forward to sharing some ideas on how you can do the research.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun. Really loved it.
Appreciate you all coming and taking the time to learn and taking the time to spend some time with me and be open to different ideas. And look forward to seeing you all again soon and staying in touch and doing some fun skills activities as well.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Hey, have a good night, everyone.
You
Bye.
too.